podcast partner, Brandon Kittanning, has plenty of offensive weapons. They're a very, very good football team, but really they're going to be facing a tough Highlands Golden Rams team, and they're going to be trying to rebound off of that loss last week.
Well, 2 weeks in a row now, Kittanning's managed to face two brand new opponents. Last week they faced Apollo Ridge, who's up from single A. Nobody really knew what to expect out of them in this conference this year. They were kind of the wild card in the conference whenever you were handicapping it in the beginning of the season and preseason. Highlands Rams are dropping down from AAA. I believe you and I had a game, AAA Mars and Highlands, last year at Highlands, which ironically enough was a streaming game of the week as well.
That was indeed. The Mars Fighting Planets, I believe, kind of took it to them there.
They did. But nonetheless, they're dropping down a classification, have a lot of kids on the team. Sam Albert always seems to do well in AA. He coached for years at Freeport, was able to win conference championships at Freeport. He seems to thrive in AA. When he first went to Highlands, they were in AA and did well there as well. So it'd be really interesting to see what kind of team he brings out here tonight against this high-powered Kittanning offense that is averaging, this isn't average, 45.66 points per game. Later on in the broadcast, you'll hear a lot more about teams averaging over 40 points a game, i.e. two of them in this conference, Highlands and Apollo Ridge both, or Kittanning and Apollo Ridge both. I had the Kittanning-Apollo Ridge game last week. Kittanning couldn't stop the run. Apollo just put the ball on the ground and said, stop me. Try to stop me. If you can stop us, you'll win.
Now that can be problematic this week facing Highlands and Elijah Jackson. Tremendous runner, 1,200-plus yards last year. He's lighting it up again this year. He's got 414 yards. He averages over 12 yards a carry. So good. Last week against West Shamokin, a couple touchdowns, 180 yards. So certainly for a Kittanning team that you said, might have some problems in that run defense. Certainly Highlands can counter well with that great running back in Elijah Jackson.
And I understand Kittanning's offense is really predicated around passing the ball, fast, high-tempo offense, that option read. They're going to pass, throw, or run the quarterback. Last week in the first half, Zane Dudek had one carry for -5 yards. Didn't touch the ball the rest of the first half. In the second half, came out, and I forget the total. I was looking for my stat sheet today, couldn't find it from last week. I think he finished that game with positive 165 yards, which means in the second half, he had 170 yards of offense to make up for that -5 as well. They're going to go as Zane Dudek goes today. Dudek on the season, he comes into the season second rusher on the team behind Braden Toy, their quarterback. But he comes into the game today, 32 carries, 254 yards, averaging 7.9 yards per a carry. So it'll be real interesting to see what he can do on the ground if he totes the rock well.
Certainly can. His backup, Dominic Martinka, a very respectable runner as well. Now for Kittanning's offense, they have some weapons as well. Braden Toy, one of the WPIAL leaders. He's third in the WPIAL, 623 yards. He is in third place for that. 9 touchdowns, no interceptions this year. He has been so good, and he's got a big target as well. Nick Bowers, a 6'4", in terms of height, receiver, and tremendous amount of work he's put forth this year. He's likely going to Pitt next year. We'll see, but so far to finish up this year, he's on pace to set all kinds of school records right now. He's got 6 touchdowns as well.
I don't know. You brought up the whole recruiting process, and he's an early commit to Pitt. Him and Trey Tipton both committed right around the same time. Trey Tipton of Apollo Ridge both committed to Pitt right around the same time, both very good friends with each other. Right after the sanctions were lifted up at University Park, James Franklin made a phone call to Nick Bowers and made him a verbal offer as well. All the recruiting sites say that he's going to Pitt. He's definitely going to Pitt. And I wouldn't be surprised that he does go to Pitt. Happen to know, though, the Bowers family are big Penn State fans. They like University Park. He hasn't taken a visit there yet. Also, according to our old colleagues at the Fan, James Franklin's in town, not necessarily Kittanning. We haven't deciphered where he's at physically right now, but he's in town to see some high school football. I'm keeping an eye out. I'm sure you're keeping an eye out. So is the entire Bowers family, I'm sure, as well.
Yes, we are indeed, but we're going to keep our eyes specifically on Nick tonight to see what he can bring. So really the matchup seems to be, as we said, this Highlands offense against that Kittanning defense. Will they be able to sustain it? Sustain that pressure on this offense. The Highlands Golden Rams just taking the field right now. As you can hear the cheers here at Kittanning High School. They're in their away white jerseys, the brown trim as well. Brown helmets with the white Rams logo. But certainly should be a good one here tonight, and so many implications just in terms of conference as well. As we said in our opening, these teams really just fighting for positioning, fighting for those top 3-4 spots, and they're both in prime position to do so. But Kittanning loses this game. That's 2 losses. They're going to drop a ways, and Highlands even better for them. But so many implications that this game could bring about.
It does. And Kittanning last year, the section champions, won the Allegheny Conference last year. The Allegheny Conference the past few years has struggled mightily in the playoffs, didn't advance past the first round. I think they went 0 for last year. Had 1 win the year before that as well. So that said, this team has to get back into it. They have to get back into the swing of things and take advantage of it. Score points while they can score points. And I'll tell you what, they've got to keep this Highlands offense off of the field with Elijah Jackson.
We are going to step aside for a quick break, but we are just moments away from kickoff. It's the Highlands Golden Rams here in Kittanning to take on the Wildcats. It's the Monticello's Restaurant Game of the Week, and we'll be right back here on the MSA Sports Network.
Experts at UPMC Sports Medicine are not just injuries, they are focused on preventing them too. Understanding the importance of injury prevention, UPMC Sports Medicine created a young athlete program with an expert focus on injury prevention, nutrition, conditioning, and activity-specific training for young athletes at all levels. For more information on the UPMC Sports Medicine Young Athlete Program, visit the UPMC Sports Medicine website at www.upmcsportsmedicine.com or call 855-93-SPORT.
Life is about having the confidence to know you can do anything, right? I get that at Carlo.
I graduated with top awards, but beyond the classroom, Carlo helped me learn a lot about myself.
Carlo brings out the best in you.
I know I'm going to be a fantastic nurse.
I know whatever I come across, I'll be prepared.
I can't think of a better place to start the rest of my life, because at Carlo, I know I matter.
I matter.
I matter.
Enroll at Carlo University. Visit carlo.edu.
Monticello's Italian Restaurant has been serving the Pittsburgh community for over 34 years. With over 5 northern locations, there is one near you. Monticello's has been named the best pizza, best hoagies, and best Italian restaurant by the Tribune Review for 3 years in a row. Stop in at any Monticello's restaurant before or after your high school football game and mention that you heard us right here on the MSA Sports Network to receive a large traditional cheese pizza and 4 soft drinks for $12.99. For the complete menu and additional information, go to www.monticellos.com. Monticello's a Pittsburgh favorite.
Welcome back to Kittanning. Before this game, the captains waiting to meet at midfield with the referees to decide tonight's coin flip. But Brandon, final thoughts here before we enter this game.
Well, I don't think either of these teams are worrying about this, although later on in the season they will keep an eye on it. Kittanning last week came into the game ranked in the MSA Sports Top 10 poll. They actually fell out of the rankings after the loss last week. Highlands comes in up from number 7 last week to number 5. They're number 5 in the MSA Sports Top 10. I'll get you the full Top 10 here sometime throughout the game this evening. Highlands has got to come up big defensively to start the game. They've got to come up big defensively to start the game, as Kittanning had won the toss and elected to receive the toss as well.
Well, that's what we saw happen earlier. There was an early meeting with the captains, but possibly for formality, they might just redo it here. Captains for Kittanning that you can see from left to right across the field here on the near sideline. It's Brady Kirkwood, Logan Robb, also Brady Chrisman, and Braden Toy, the quarterback for Kittanning. For the Highlands Golden Rams, it's Jeremy Jackson, joined by Nathan McKinney, as well as Elijah Jackson and Weston Bernath. And they are about to meet at midfield. Just a minute or two here away from kickoff. Highlands trying to stay perfect. They're led by head coach Sam Albert, as you said. He's almost approaching a decade here. He's been there for a number of years. But as you said, Highlands, their first year in AA. They've responded well to it on this quick start. Last year they finished at 7-4 overall. That was after a playoff win and a playoff loss. They were 6-2 in conference. They beat Newcastle in the first round, but then lost to Chartiers Valley in the quarterfinals. So a successful year in their final year in AAA for the Golden Rams. And for Kittanning, they're going to be shifting gears a bit next year as well, as they've been in AA for a while now, but Kittanning, as we know it, is going to cease to exist. Them along with Ford City, are they going to merge with Armstrong? And
They'll turn into one
creating one school.
I believe it's going to be the Armstrong Central Riverhawks, if I'm not mistaken. A very Miami Dolphins-esque color scheme. I work with a couple people from Ford City and Kittanning. Both of them had shown me the preliminary drawings, if you will, of the color schemes.
Back deep to receive. Kittanning will indeed receive to start this game. It's Brady Chrisman, joined by Zane Dudek and Logan Slagle, as the Golden Rams now take the field for their first special teams play of the night. Lining up on kickoff duty here for Highlands. Sam Elliott handles the kicking duties. He's hit 14 point-after attempts. He also has a field goal on the year. Kittanning really spreads out their kicking duties all over, but here we are. We're ready to go. Sam Elliott has the ball on the tee. He's going to count off his paces. He'll be kicking off from right to left across your screen, awaiting the referee's whistle. Hands in the air, we're ready to go. Here on the MSA Sports Network, Elliott approaches and puts this one straight into the ground, takes a high hop. It's going to be returned by a Kittanning upman who makes his way to the near sideline at the 25, and he's brought down on the special teams tackle by Jordan Leinberg of the Golden Rams. So Kittanning is going to start at their own 27-yard line.
Wide receiver Nick Crow there, the upman. He had a couple returns last week. Nobody wants to kick to this return team for Kittanning with Bowers, Toy, both of them back deep. I believe Dudek's back there as well. With the three of them back there, nobody wants to kick to this return team so far this year.
So here comes Kittanning in their first set of the day. Slot back on the play to the far side is going to be Nick Bowers in the shotgun. It is Braden Toy calling signals, joined by Zane Dudek, and Dudek's going to get the handoff, finds a seam straight up the middle. He's down the 4 hash marks. He's going to go to the 40, to the 30, to the 20, and the 10. Dudek is home free. Touchdown, Kittanning on the first play from scrimmage.
And that is exactly what we talked about. That is the gentleman that you have to get the ball to. You've got to get running. And a 73-yard starting run for the start of the game, a touchdown run on a 73-yard read option play, won't hurt at all.
73 yards, Zane Dudek straight up the middle, right through the line of scrimmage. Highlands was in pursuit, but just could not catch up to the speed of Dudek, and Kittanning strikes right away on their first play.
Well, that makes my stat sheet very easy and very clean on that series.
Tyler Fries is going to kick off. Holding is Toy. The kick is up, and the kick is no good. There's a late signal from the official under the goalposts, and it looked like the kick missed wide to the right side.
Fries missed one last week in that game at Apollo. I don't think it was the first one. I think it was the third or so that he had missed. Struggled a little bit on the field goal kicking duties, if you will. He ended up making a field goal kick in overtime, a 37-yard field goal kick in overtime to give Kittanning a 3-point lead, which Apollo Ridge on the next play from scrimmage from their own 10-yard or from the 10-yard line. Dwayne Brown up the middle, touchdown, and it was over from there. Interesting decision, though, from Apollo Ridge, and I'm sure we'll get into this later on this evening. They decided to not kick the extra point, only to win by 3. Wouldn't think that it would matter. Nonetheless, it does matter in Gardner points, because now they only get a +3 that game. They could have had a +4. If it comes down to a tie-breaking situation, that might come back to burn them.
Point differentials, you never know, especially in a conference as tight as the Allegheny Conference is right now. By the way, Zane Dudek with a lightning strike to start things here for the Wildcats. They have a 6-0 lead with 11:44 to go here in the first quarter. Still in the opening seconds, just 16 seconds gone by. And now Kittanning will line up for their kickoff from their own 40-yard line. For Highlands back deep to return is Elijah Jackson. We'll see if they stay away from him. It is. It's a little pooch kick in the air. Takes a bounce at the 35. On the hop, on the return. Here comes Dominic Martinka. He runs into a pile at the 40 and is brought down between the near hash and the numbers.
And that was almost that Madden-esque play for Kittanning there. They kicked it straight up in the air, almost were able to get one of their coverage men underneath it to bring it down. Obviously did not nonetheless. It would have been really interesting to see if they would have brought it down, because that's obviously a live ball, and they can take it back to the end zone the whole way if they want.
Highlands is going to start this drive at their own 40-yard line. 11:39 to go on the clock. Let's see if they can counter the early Dudek strike I formation here to start, with Timmons under center and the deep setback. Elijah Jackson gets the handoff. He's going to try the right side. It makes a man miss towards the sideline, and he's tackled out of bounds after picking up the first down. Jackson off tackle there to the right. Picks up decent yards, picks up a first down.
19-yard run. Or no, they're going to give him 18 on that run, it looks like. Looked like maybe he got the 49. Not quite, just short of the 49. Spotted right around the 48-yard line. Hash marks aren't marked off on this field, so it'll be interesting to see, math-wise, if I have enough fingers and toes to do my addition and subtraction.
We will see, but either way, Highlands into Kittanning territory. Good start for them, 11-20 and counting. Here's a 1st and 10, another I formation. Timmons under center. 2 receivers to the right side, and again, here comes Timmons, finds a gap on the right side to the sideline. Tried to juke his way, but then is brought down just outside the 40-yard line.
I'm going to give him 4 yards on that. Well, actually 5. I'll give him 5 on that carry.
6-0, Kittanning leads.
6 it looks like.
It's going to be 2nd down and 4, but Highlands moving the ball well on 2. Elijah Jackson carries so far.
That's a short 6.
Timmons.
Put it out there.
Timmons is going to go under center I formation so far for Highlands in this one. Jackson joined by Lineberg on the left side as receivers. Jackson tries to push forward after the initial hit on the line of scrimmage, was able to spin away from him initially, but then he was brought down on the right side. Makeshift hash marks, if you will, after give him a 3-yard gain. And it'll bring up a 3rd and short. Ball marked on the 38-yard line.
I'm going to say 3rd and 1. It's about 1.5 or so for the officiating crew here. Jackson with 3 carries, 3 plays from scrimmage so far for the Highlands Golden Rams. Haven't really gone anywhere else so far in the game.
I form once again. Jackson's going to get the handoff, and he gets wrapped up by Bowers, able to spin and stay on his feet and fall forward past the first down mark. Good initial rush put on, but Jackson real shifty on that play, just able to keep his weight pushing forward and able to get the first down.
Just got enough, got about 2 yards on that carry. Just got it up to the 35-yard line of Kittanning.
So 9:48 and counting. It is a 6-0 lead for Kittanning Highlands that are on their first drive of the evening. Now, first shotgun we've seen, Timmons in that shotgun. Jackson joining him on his right, and Jackson's going to get the handoff. He tries up the middle and is pushed back as he hits about the line of scrimmage. Tackler on the play was Brady Kirkwood.
Kirkwood
from that
did
interior
a good job
spot.
there getting penetration up from the defensive tackle spot. Wrapped up Jackson in the backfield and didn't let him spring loose, as we've seen a couple of times now. Jackson get a few yards after contact.
9:15, 2nd down and 9. Timmons is going to stay in this shotgun formation. Jackson joins him as a protector to the right, 2 receivers right as well. And here comes a little trickery, a little reverse action, getting the handoff. Here's Jeremy Jackson over to the near sideline to the 35, and he's tackled by the ankles. Nice tackle there, Brady Chrisman cutting down Jackson. And that'll bring up now a 3rd and long, as Jackson could not find any running room to the near side. Little jet sweep there. Play that's become also popular in high school, college, and pro level.
Gave him 1 yard on that. That's a generous decision from the scoreboard.
Ball.
3rd and long, though.
It is indeed 3rd and 8. Ball spotted on the near side hash mark on that left hash. They're going to stay in shotgun. Tight end to the left, split end to the left is Jordan Lineberg. 2 receivers to the right as well. And now Timmons is in trouble. Brought down on the sack. For Kittanning, it was Nick Croyle, joined by a couple others, to bring down Timmons for the sack. It's going to bring up 4th and long. Highlands now out of field goal range. They're going to be forced to punt.
Bad read there from Timmons. The end was let free from that tackle. He wants to hand that off, to Jackson going the opposite way of the end. It's exactly what that read option is meant to do.
So now it will be Sam Elliott into punt. Back deep to return is the Wildcats' Chrisman. Elliott gets the punt. It's a wobbly spiral, hangs in the air for a while, takes a bounce, now rolling towards the Highlands end zone, and it's going to be downed in that end zone. So that'll go for a touchback, and Kittanning will start this drive at their own 20.
Thought it was going to take a big-time Highlands bounce there and deaden closer to the goal line. Highlands wasn't able to quite get to the ball and make contact with it to down it inside the 5. So we'll bring it back out to the 20 on the touchback.
On Kittanning's first possession, Zane Dudek scored on a 73-yard run from scrimmage on their first play, mind you. So they got off to a very quick start. They missed the point after, though, so right now a 6-0 lead, but Kittanning is going to take it back over. And now it's going to be Bowers in the shotgun, a little Wildcat formation here. And there's a whistle. It's going to be a false start. Backfield got moving a little too quickly for the Wildcats. Bowers was ready to take the direct snap, but a little motion before the play. This should be a false start. And indeed it is. So that'll be a 1st and 15. Push the ball back to the 15-yard line.
First negative play from scrimmage, only being the second play from scrimmage for Kittanning, with the first negative play for him after a big gain. Now they'll go into their set with Toy and Dudek in the backfield.
And indeed, Toy will take this shotgun snap. Heavy set to his right. He's going to fake the handoff now. A short pass out to Bowers, who's met immediately as he makes the catch by Highlands' Jordan Lineberg. Good defense there, meeting Bowers as soon as he caught the ball. Bowers, that big body.
-5 on that.
Wow, loss of 5 indeed. Trying to set up a quick little bubble screen there, and Bowers had nowhere to go. Approaching 7 minutes to play, now a 2nd down and 20. Ball is at Kittanning's own 10-yard line. Toy's going to go in the shotgun. Bowers and Dudek join him in the backfield. His split backs, and the snap gets away from Toy. He chases it back. He's going to get rid of it. Throws it away. Incomplete as Dudek had broken away as the attempted receiver there. But really a couple bad plays in a row here for Kittanning on this drive. And lucky enough to just get an incomplete.
Heads-up play there, though, from Toy. That pass from Toy, he smartly made sure he was throwing it forward, smartly made sure he was throwing it for a receiver, and wasn't called for a safety in the end zone.
Indeed. So making a 3rd down and 20, a penalty, and now 2 negative plays for Kittanning has put them back at their own 10-yard line. Toy calling signals in the backfield, but first a whistle. And it looks like it's going to be a timeout. Timeout for Kittanning with 6:51 to go here in the first quarter. They have a 6-0 lead over Highlands. We're going to step aside for the break as well. It's the Monticello's Restaurant Game of the Week here on the MSA Sports Network.
The history books are filled with the names of great athletes and great teams from Western Pennsylvania. They share stories of great victories and stunning defeats, but they all have one thing in common. They know the championship season is the time to be first. First Commonwealth Bank, proud sponsor of the WPIAL and the best high school athletes in Western Pennsylvania. First Commonwealth, time to be first.
When looking to replace your athletic field, choose ProGrass, first in turf. ProGrass has installed over 500 fields in the U.S. Getting the best artificial turf for your field depends upon both the product and the partner you choose. That's why architects, athletic directors, and players choose the ProGrass Performance System. ProGrass maintains an active presence in the field turf industry as members of the Sports Turf Management Association and the American Sports Builder Association, and is proud to be recognized as a FIFA preferred manufacturer. Call ProGrass today at 866-270-6003 or visit them on the web at www.progressturf.com. ProGrass, first in turf.
Kittanning facing the 3rd and long. Toy in the shotgun, threw it deep down the sideline to the 30, and it's incomplete over the head of his intended receiver on the near sideline. So now it's 4th and 20 from their own 10. Kittanning's going to be forced to punt on the 3 and out. Punting is Colton Chrisman. This one off the side of his foot to the near side and out of bounds just outside of the 40-yard line. So Highlands here, good field position for them to start.
Heads up play, though, there on the near sideline. That was, A.J. Borchetti. Caught the ball on the near sideline. His blocker almost made contact with it. It was going out of bounds anyhow. Figures he'll get his hands on the ball. If it hit the blocker, it's Kittanning ball. If it didn't hit the blocker, it's down there anyhow where it was going out of bounds as it was.
So now Highlands to start again. They are already into Kittanning territory after the punt. I formation. Jackson is the deep back. Two receivers to the right, tight end to the left, and Jackson was going to take the pitch, and he's looking downfield, but now he's going to have to scramble away. Makes a man miss. He's turned around, and he's going to be brought down for a loss.
Big loss.
Outside of the 45-yard line. It looks like they wanted to set up the little halfback option there and look for the deep play downfield. It wasn't there. Jackson just held on to it, tried to make something out of it, but he was caught well in the backfield. And now it's going to be a loss of 7 yards. It'll bring up 2nd and 17.
Big loss. A little bit of trickery. 2 series in a row from Sam Albert, and that's not a surprise to me watching him coach at Freeport when I was in high school. He had a play called Confusion that they used to line up on the near sideline. The quarterback walked to the sideline acting like he didn't know what was going on, and a snap directly to the running back.
High formation again. Timmons under center. This time they're going to pitch to the left. Jackson juked outside. Now comes back inside, and he's down the middle. Going to be brought down by the tackler, Brady Chrisman. Not really brought down, just sort of pushed back. Jackson a hard man to bring down, but that's a way to pick up a big chunk of yardage there after the loss. That is going to be a gain of 12, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and 5.
So still, after that big loss, though, still a net of positive 5 for Highlands. Not exactly what they wanted to do with the field position they had. Got to pick up a first down here. Got to put it in the end zone after that great field position.
3rd and 5, ball on the 34-yard line again. I formation. Jackson the deep setback. He's going to get the handoff. He's going to try left, and he's brought down by Nick Bowers at the line of scrimmage. Bowers came free and met Jackson.
Nobody touched him.
Nobody touched him at all, and that's going to be no gain on the play. 4th and 5. What does Highlands do here? Ball's on the 35-yard line, and looking to the sideline is Timmons, wondering what to do here.
You're out of field goal range, so you're not kicking the field goal, but you're too close to punt the ball, especially after that last one that got off the punter's leg and ended up really getting a huge roll into the end zone. At this point, you've got to try to pick up a first down in this scenario.
4th down and 5. Just outside 4.5 to go here in the first quarter. Kittanning leads 6-0. Highlands trying to keep this drive alive. They're facing a 4th and 5. Shotgun snap for Timmons. Quick out pass to his man. He's got him. That's Jordan Lineberg down the field. Tripped up at about the 15-yard line, almost to the 10. Flag down on the play. Let's see what it is.
They're going to spot that at the 10. So that's a 25-yard pass.
Hold everything, though. We've got the penalty as Lineberg was making his way down the field. Gotta wonder if this might be negated for a holding. He was able to spring free possibly because of this.
That's fine. Statistically, it still counts.
We will see. Referees trying to sort things out, and Highlands making their way back
Highlands
down the field.
They're talking to the Kittanning players.
Yeah, looks like they know what's going on here. Clock stopped at 4 minutes, 20 seconds. And marching this one back are the referees as well. Kittanning has a 6-0 lead. Zane Dudek scored on the first play from scrimmage on a 73-yard gain. Kittanning missed the point after, and hence the 6-0 lead for them right now. Highlands was forced to punt on their first drive.
An eligible receiver downfield was the call. It'll be a 5-yard penalty. Make it 4th and 9.5, almost 10 at this point.
Okay. If they have it 4th and 10 on the scoreboard, ball's going to be at the 40-yard line, but looks like this offense is going to be staying on the field as well. Such a big play there by Jordan Lineberg on the...
Again, statistically, that still counts as far as stats go after the game. But nonetheless...
Highlands in a tough spot here.
It's what, a 30-yard net on the penalty.
And as soon as the clock begins to roll, the Highlands offense makes its way off the field, and now the punt unit will come on. Sam Elliott is on. Put his first punt into the end zone. Let's see what he's able to do here. For Kittanning, it's Chrisman as well as Slagle back deep to return if possible. Awaiting the snap is Elliott. And he's got it. Punt is in the air. It's a high spiral. Fair caught at about the 10-yard line by Brady Chrisman.
And that was number 83, Nick Runyon, got off early on a gunner.
I saw a little.
Just a split second early, but nonetheless, that's who had the pressure on Chrisman as he fielded the punt, forced the fair catch.
They're going to mark the ball at the 7 after the fair catch, so Kittanning, once again, kind of backed up into their own territory. They're going to start this drive with 3:44 on the clock. Last time they had the ball, they were forced to punt. Let's see what they can do here.
Bowers in again.
Is indeed. He takes the direct snap. Now he's going to try off tackle to the left side, and he dives forward to about the 14-yard line. Give him a gain of 7 on the play. Yeah, we saw Kittanning want to run that formation earlier on their last drive, but were called for the false start. Now they go back to it, and Bowers gives him a gain of 7.
And again, after a 73-yard touchdown run for Dudek, and with all due respect to Bowers, because he is a very athletic player, they have yet to give him the ball again after a big run. You've got to get your running back, got to get your horse into it.
Toy is going to be in the shotgun, joined by Dudek standing to his right, and it's going to be a direct snap. Toy's going to take off with it, tries the near side, and is brought down. Not much of anything doing on that play, but we're going to have a holding against Kittanning. So another penalty here as they're backed up. This has been the story for them after that big Dudek run to start things. Had a couple of tough drives.
Give it to your workhorse. After what he did on that first carry, you've got to feed him, and you have a very athletic team, a very athletic quarterback, a very athletic receiver, and you've got a running back that runs hard as well. Give it to the workhorse. Let him see what he can do with it. Try to take advantage of it.
3 minutes, 1 second, and with the half the distance penalty, can't quite tell where the ball is
second
marked.
About 13.
Yeah, okay, 2nd and 14 they'll call it.
Fair.
Ball's going to be back at the 5-yard line. So Kittanning right up against their own end zone. Bowers is going to go back for the direct snap. He'll take it. He's going to try the left side over to the far sideline. Picks up a block, makes his way to that sideline, and is brought down at about the original line of scrimmage. Eliza Jackson for Highlands as well as Dom Martinka. 2 big running backs. They go both ways as
Allegheny Conference scoring 7-0 Freeport with about 2 minutes to go in the first. So they're kind of right-timed on us, Freeport and West Shamokin tonight.
2:15, clock is rolling. Toy's going to take the shotgun snap, spread set, and it's over the head of Bowers. Bowers was on the quick slant, and the ball just got over his head towards the middle of the field. And incomplete. So clock stops at 2nd and 10. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. So another 3 and out here for Kittanning.
How many times did Dudek touch the ball in that series?
Didn't see him, to be honest.
I'm sorry. You've got to get him the ball. You've got to feed it to him. After last week, I think he had like 12 rushes in the second half for that 170 yards. You've got to feed him the way he's running the ball so lately.
Colton Chrisman standing in his own end zone to punt this one away. He's got the snap, boots it away, but it's going to be sailing into the Highlands bench area, almost into the stands. And Chrisman did not get all of that one. We'll see where they mark it. This is going to be a very good spot, 32, 33-yard line maybe.
No, other side of the 30. They're on the other side.
Oh, wow.
It looks like the 27 or so.
Okay.
I can see, with the angle, you're not going to see that.
I'll take your word for it, partner. But either way, Highlands, again, in very favorable field position. This has happened twice now, but Highlands has been unable to move the ball forward. Let's see what they can do here. 2 minutes, 4 seconds on the clock here in the first quarter. Kittanning leads 6-0. Highlands taking over in Kittanning territory. 28-yard line. Full back dive here. And for Highlands taking the carry, it is Western Bernath, but he's not able to do very much with it on that first down run.
He gave him no yards on the carry. They have 2nd and 6 up on the board.
Clock's going to roll inside a minute 40. Ball spotted at the 28-yard line. Here is a 2nd and 10 play. Heavy backfield here, and now we have a jump at the line. As now it actually looked like Highlands was going to go into a Wildcat set.
A false start on Nick Croyle.
It's going to be offside against Kittanning, so push it forward. It's going to be 2nd and 5 for Highlands here. Move the ball up to the 23-yard line after the penalty. Right now, penalties for Kittanning, both offensively and defensively.
3 for 20 yards so far.
There you go. Kittanning not doing what they need to after the big score on their first play. They saw the 6-0 lead, but now it's 2nd and 5. Highlands into a direct snap formation here and taking the ball, taking a big run. Here's Elijah Jackson to the near side. He's got the angle. He's got the touchdown. Elijah Jackson takes a direct snap, heads to his left, down the left side, and into the end zone. And there you have it, tie score. Highlands has found their way into the end zone.
9 carries for 58 yards for Jackson on the game so far and 1 touchdown. Jackson just used his speed there to get around the near side and get the corner and head to the end zone.
It is Sam Elliott on to attempt the point after. He awaits the snap. Snap is down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. On the line drive there, so it is a 7-6 lead for the Highlands Golden Rams over the Kittanning Wildcats as we near the end of the first quarter. It's the Monticello's Restaurant Game of the Week here on the MSA Sports Network.
S-Mark Incorporated is a diversified holding company with interests in steel manufacturing, energy exploration and production, real estate, and youth sports development. S-Mark Youth Development was formed by founder and CEO James Bouchard to develop and support a wide range of youth sports and recreation programs, childhood development and education initiatives, and other community-based philanthropic programs in Western Pennsylvania. S-Mark sponsors Quaker Valley High School Athletics and the Johnstown Tomahawk Foundation. The Bouchard family founded the FC Soccer Club with a grant for youth soccer development. S-Mark takes great pride in the baseball complex at Bouchard Family Park. S-Mark Field is a state-of-the-art complex that supports over 500 Western Pennsylvania youths and their teams. The company's commitment to youth sports and recreation also extends to local and regional organizations in Pennsylvania that provide a variety of recreation programs to at-risk kids and their families. S-Mark is a proud sponsor of the Imani Christian Academy basketball program, the Pittsburgh Kids Foundation, Lowell Epilepsy Foundation, and the National Kidney Foundation. In 2013, S-Mark launched the S-Mark High School All-American Recognition Program aimed at recognizing outstanding athletic, academic, and community service achievements among all high school student athletes across the United States in 16 major varsity sports programs spanning 5 geographical regions. For additional information, go to www.smark.com.
Short return for Kittanning on the Highlands kickoff. Handling the duty there was Nick Croyle. The up man for Kittanning was able to get it to about the 27-yard line. That's where Kittanning's going to take over. They're now trailing by 1, 7-6. Highlands Elijah Jackson with a 23-yard score on a 2-play drive. And the point after gave Highlands a 7-6 lead. Now it is Brandon Toy in the shotgun. 59 seconds to go here in this first quarter. Kittanning starting this drive from their own 27-yard line.
Oh, Toy looked like he was going to go up underneath center. Very rarely does he go underneath his center for a snap.
Standing next to him is Dudek. They're going to do a little fade route down the near sideline. Bowers trying to go up for it, and it is incomplete. And there comes the flag.
I was going to say, he was getting mugged on the near side.
Highlands on the coverage there was Will Burris.
I believe you get 10 to 15 for that in a penitentiary.
Incomplete was the play, but it looks like Kittanning is going to get the penalty. They do indeed. Pass interference is going to be called against Will Burris. Tough job being asked to defend Nick Bowers.
No, that's not a rip on Burris either. He did everything he could within the rules and actually outside the rules of the game as the officials saw it to stop Nick Bowers. You're going up against a Division I tight end in that scenario with Nick Bowers. Regardless of where he goes, he's going to be playing tight end. He has that size. You can't blame him for something like that.
44-yard line after the penalty. Kittanning will go into shotgun once again. 55 seconds and a new 1st and 10. Dudek's going to get the handoff. He's going to try the near sideline. Does he have an angle? Stiff arm at the 35 and out of bounds. Flag comes in late, and I believe you're right, partner. I think a face mask is going to be called. Dudek with that stiff arm grabbed a little mask. I don't know if the defender did as well.
Give him 2 yards on the carry. Face mask on Kittanning is the preliminary signal. That's what they're going to say. Dudek grabbed a handful and drug the defender with him.
Yeah, you're able to put your hand on the face mask. You're not able to grab it.
As soon as you do the grasping motion with your fingers and they bend through, that's where the automatic flag comes in. That's a 15-yard penalty automatically as well now.
Indeed. So, pass interference, face mask, negate pretty much each other, and they're going to push it right back to the 31, maybe 32-yard line. And the clock will roll with 46 seconds to go here in this first quarter. Kittanning trails by 1. The score is 7-6 in favor of Highlands. 32-yard line, and it's a 1st and 25. Toy calling signals from his shotgun. Now he's going to drop back to pass. Floats one over the top, and it's incomplete. Just over the head of Bowers. Bowers he had a step.
He was getting pulled from behind as well. Just a small little tug of the shirt. Wasn't seen by the officials. And really, I mean, it is a pass interference call by the rules of the game, but that's kind of an understood action in the game as well. If it's not seen by the officials, it's not a foul.
31 seconds to go. 2nd and 25. Toy stands in the shotgun. He's got 2 receivers to each side. Dudek in the back. Field is going to get the handoff. Moore over 1, and now he fumbled. The ball is loose. At about the 35, a pile ensues. A big scrum as Dudek was stripped of the ball. It came free, landed on the turf. And the mad scramble.
Highlands ball.
And it is going to be Highlands ball. Look at that. They signal it to Highlands. The Dudek fumble results in a Highland possession. So such a good start for Kittanning. But after those 6 points on that first touchdown they scored, it's been a whole lot of misery for them. A turnover, and Highlands will take over in Wildcat territory at the 37-yard line. With 23 seconds to go here in quarter number 1.
Be interested to see what Highlands decides to do here. If they want to maybe try to take advantage of that fumble, and they're going to go with the Wildcat with
Jackson in the Wildcat again. Martinka joining him to his right, and it's going to be Martinka taking the handoff. Gets to the line and is pulled down. Minimal gain, if any, on the play. And 2 but Nick Bowers there on the tackle. Such a dynamic player on both sides of the ball. Final seconds are going to tick away here in this first quarter. And Highlands will be facing a 2nd and 10 when we come back. They're in Kittanning territory, and they have a 7-6 lead. Second quarter right after this between Highlands and Kittanning. It's the Monticello's Game of the Week here on the MSA Sports Network.
Life is about having the confidence to know you can do anything right. I get that at Carlo.
I graduated with top awards, but beyond the classroom, Carla helped me learn a lot about myself.
Carlo brings out the best in you.
I know I'm going to be a fantastic nurse.
I know whatever I come across, I'll be prepared.
I can't think of a better place to start the rest of my life, because at Carlo, I know I matter.
I matter.
I matter.
Enroll at Carlo University. Visit carlo.edu.
The natural gas delivery system is extremely safe. Leaks do occur on occasion. People's Natural Gas would like to remind you to use your senses, smell, sight, and sound to detect the warning signs of a natural gas leak. If you believe there is a natural gas leak, leave the area immediately and then call your natural gas company's emergency service line or dial 911. These lines are available for natural gas emergencies 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Visit peoples-gas.com to learn more. This message is brought to you as a public service from Peoples, your hometown natural gas company. Make sure to follow.
Welcome back to Kittanning. It's a 7-6 lead for the visiting Golden Rams of Highlands, and they have the ball to start the second quarter in Kittanning territory. 37-yard line, first play. The ball is tipped, but then caught by Jordan Lineberg on the pass from Timmons. Over on the far sideline, ball was tipped, but then finding his way to it was Lineberg, made the catch, and it's going to be close to a first down. We have an injured Kittanning player over on that far side. Lineberg, though, a heads-up play to stay with that ball on the deflect and pull it in, and indeed it is good enough for a first down all the way to the 25-yard line. As soon as we start the second quarter, though, we're going to have a brief stoppage. I can't see a number directly of the injured Kittanning player, but on his feet and up. Yep, it's Logan Slagle. The senior wide receiver and cornerback making his way off the field under his own power.
2 receptions now for Lineberg for 35 yards, 2 completions for Timmons for 35 yards. He's 2 for 2 with 35 yards passing, both of them to Lineberg.
Jordan Lineberg having a good day of, and Highlands trying to drive this ball. So far today, they have been forced to punt twice. Their last drive resulted in an Elijah Jackson 23-yard touchdown rush. That's their 7-point. Zane Dudek scored a touchdown on the first play from scrimmage for Kittanning. The point after was missed. That is their 6 point. 7-6 is the score. I formation. Ball's at the 25-yard line. Highlands is going to fake the handoff. Timmons is going to throw to Jackson. And Jeremy Jackson is pushed out of bounds at the 10-yard line. After the nice catch, a little bootleg action there. Jackson found some room off in the flats, made the catch, and had some running room as well.
How many yards they give him there? I didn't.
Let's see where the ball is spotted. It's going to be the 11-yard line, so give him 14 on the play. Clock at 11:38, and another first down for the Golden Rams. Had trouble moving the ball early, but have since done pretty well in the last couple drives here. 1st and 10. They are deep into Kittanning territory, red zone territory, 11-yard line. I formation here for Timmons. Jackson is the deep setback, 2 receivers to the left. Jackson's going to get the handoff right up the middle in between center and guard, and he falls forward to almost the 5-yard line.
I think they're going to give him the 5 there. Yes, they are. They're going to give him a 6-yard gain on that rush.
Okay.
10 carries, 64 yards so far in the game.
And they've been riding him for good reason.
That's what we said about Kittanning. They need to get back into riding Dudek. I know he fumbled the ball on the last series, and that's what set this up so far. But with the way he's playing, you've got to take advantage of his ability.
I formation, Timmons under center, 2 receivers left.
Look how wide those receivers are on the left. Run up the middle.
Fullback is Isaac Gillette, and it's a fumble as Jackson took the handoff and fumbled it right forward. Kittanning is signaled to have the ball. How about that? Back-to-back fumbles, one by Zane Dudek, one by Elijah Jackson.
Sorry, Pete, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
That's all right. You called it, man. That's all right. A fumble there as Highlands was closing in on maybe another score, but instead Jackson fumbles and gives it right back to Kittanning.
And nobody, absolutely nobody would have said that 10 minutes to go in the second quarter, this is going to be a 7-6 game. After the Kittanning game I did last week and the way Highlands has put up points, nobody would have assumed 7-6.
So Kittanning's going to be pinned back deep into their own territory. 10:51 on the clock, and they're going to start this drive from the 3-yard line. Bowers is lined up to take the direct snap. He does indeed. Now he's going to head over to his right. He is chopped down on a nice tackle there by Jordan Lineberg. So Bowers a short gain there.
I understand they're shutting him down in the passing game, the receiving game. They have him on a lockdown on an island, if you will, that will be very familiar to people in this area. You can't have your receiver running the football.
Toy is going to take the shotgun snap, and he hands off. This turning with it is
Dudek.
That is Dudek. Dudek short gain on the play there as he tried to get to his right tackle.
Went -1 on that.
Wow. So Kittanning not going in the right direction here. They're just trying to kind of get out of danger territory here. Ball is still at the 3-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down and 11. Toy calling signal. He is joined by Dudek and Chrisman in the backfield. He's got 2 receivers left, one to his right. And now Toy awaits the snap. He takes it. And now he's going to float one down the far sideline. He's got Bowers. It's caught by Bowers. Bowers escapes from the defender. He's crossing midfield to the 40, towards the middle, to the 30, towards the 20. And he ankle tackle there by Jordan Lineberg. Will Burris. Tackled by Will Burris on the play. After getting to about the 15-yard line, Bowers with a huge catch and run all the way from his own 3-yard line.
Give him 82 yards on that reception.
Holy cow.
So Give him 77.
Bowers was trying to get on the diagonal route there to try and escape the defender, but probably a touchdown-saving tackle from Burris, and now it's Dudek who takes the handoff, gets through the line, and now shuffles over to his right and is pushed back. Short gain on the play there for Dudek. How about that on a 3rd and long? Kittanning converts on a huge reception there to Nick Bowers, who just escaped Will Burris to fly down the sideline.
And that's what that ability gives you that Nick Bowers has. That's that D1 ability at the receiver position for Kittanning. That's what it gives you.
Inside 9 minutes
Blitz
to play.
Blitz coming.
Kittanning trails 7-6. They're going to go into spread formation. 3 receivers left, 2 right, and Toy looking to the sideline for the play.
Braden.
And now Kittanning's going to take a timeout. Toy was confused, it looked like, and Kittanning's going to have to regroup here. So timeout, Kittanning.
They exposed blitz way too early for Braden Timmons on that play, and very, very astutely read from Toy.
Coming up at the half, it's the MSA Sports halftime show this week. Don Rebel and Mike White of the Post-Gazette look at the record numbers being put up in recent years on offense around the WPIAL. I'd imagine they're going to talk about Clareton. Just a guess.
Yeah. They'll talk about Clareton. They'll talk about Kittanning as well. I mean, Kittanning's averaging over 40-some points a game, and that's what they're really talking about is the over 40 points. It's so rarely do you see over 40 points. I think up until like 1999, there were 5 teams that averaged over 40 points in a season, and that was the maximum.
So 8:45 to go here in quarter number 2. Kittanning trails. The score is 7-6. Highlands in front, but Kittanning's driving here. 14-yard line. Toy into the shotgun on a 2nd down and 9. He rolls over to his right and he throws a pick. Picked off by Elijah Jackson in the end zone. He's trying to free himself, trying to look for some running room over to the far side. He's got the 15 and the 20, and he is tackled out of bounds at about the 20-yard line, but a bad pick thrown there by Brandon Toy into the end zone.
Neil O'Donnell-esque. 95 Neil O'Donnell-esque. I did not see a red jersey anywhere. A bad read from him. Nonetheless, good job from Elijah Jackson to get the ball, get it out of the end zone. I'd like to kind of see him maybe take a knee there, not take the chance that you're going to fumble the ball on the return. You're already 3 yards deep in the end zone.
Elijah Jackson giveth, and Elijah Jackson taketh away. He fumbled at the Kittanning 5-yard line.
We're just waiting to say that. Watch it.
Hey, it's a good line. Come on. Well, how about this? He redeemed himself, all right?
Okay.
Fumbled as Highlands was about to punch in.
I don't care that you said it, but I could just see the eyes on you just light up like, I'm going to say it.
Jackson takes the direct snap, and he hands off to partner Martinka, and Martinka goes over to his left, pushes forward for a gain of a couple. 8:20 is on the clock here in the second quarter, and Kittanning in the red zone. Just about ready to score some points. Brandon Toy throws an interception to Elijah Jackson. And now Highlands starting this drive, a gain of 5. So it'll be 2nd and 5 from their own 25.
Jackson with the smart handoff there to Matinka. That's a Wildcat read option, just like the quarterback would normally do. And look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people in the backfield for Highlands.
Oh, how about that? Taking the snap is Jackson, and he's going to hand off to Martinka, who goes straight up the middle. He's got one man to beat. It's Slagle who brings him down at the 30-yard line. A burst of speed across midfield for Martinka, and he is brought down by Slagle on another touchdown-saving tackle.
Got the fingers out. Give me a second here. 40-yard run, 45 yards now for Martinka on the game.
My goodness. Straight up the middle went Martinka on the direct snap. That was given to Jackson. Right now, a two-headed monster for this Golden Rams teams. They lead 7-6.
Look at this backfield, Pete. 2 fullbacks, 2 tailbacks. I'm counting the quarterback as a tailback, of course, with Elijah Jackson.
Jackson takes the direct snap, gets to the line of scrimmage, makes a little miss, jukes back to the middle, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Elijah Jackson, his 2nd of the game. How did he get away from all those defenders? I don't know.
He got Crisco on him. Check him for Crisco.
Jesus.
There was 3 missed tackles on that play, just kind of shedding directly off of the shoulder pads of Jackson, running completely through. That's 94 yards rushing on the game for Jackson, and 2 touchdowns?
Indeed.
11 carries
That's his
for
second
94
touchdown
yards.
On a 3-play drive. And to attempt the point after is Sam Elliott. Holding on the play is Anthony Pacey. This kick is up, and the kick is good into that Highlands marching band area. So make it a 14-6 lead for Highlands on another Jackson touchdown, his second on the night. It's the Monticello's Restaurant Game of the Week here on the MSA Sports Network.
The MSA Sports Network on social media this season for breaking news, scores, links to our articles, and much more. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/MSA Sports and get in on the conversation with thousands of local sports fans. Follow us on Twitter at MSA Sports and check out our YouTube channel, MSA Sports WPIAL, for hundreds of video interviews with local student athletes, game highlights, and more. Whether it's Twitter, Facebook, or our websites, MSA Sports is the place to go for high school sports in Western Pennsylvania.
Hi, this is...
Back here at Kittanning, night has fallen, the lights are on, and it's a 14-6 lead for the visiting team. It's 14-6 Highlands over Kittanning. We remind you that tonight's game is brought to you by Monticello's Restaurant. We are so much more than pizza. Elijah Jackson, 2 touchdowns. That last one came from 30 yards out. And Elijah Jackson, the pick in the end zone, returned it to the 20. Ended up in Jackson points as well. Points for the Golden Rams, 14-6. Elliott lines this one up. A line drive kick takes a hop at the 35 and is going to be returned by Chrisman, who splits a defender, gets to midfield, and is cut down there by the kicker, Elliott, on the near side. Good return there from Kittanning's Colton Chrisman.
And last week I saw it. What Kittanning did in the second half is they took their big return men and kind of waited to signal what direction they were going to go to, where they were going to go to. Tried to hide them, if you will, to as late as possible. Took advantage of it. Had a couple big kick returns.
Kittanning's going to start this drive from the 50-yard line with 7:08 on the clock. Let's see what they can do here. Last time they had it, Toy threw the interception, and possession before that, Dudek fumbled. So back-to-back fumbles on
he got to get inside the
consecutive possessions.
He got to get inside the numbers. Illegal substitution. That's they're going to call timeout. Yeah.
Timeout Kittanning. Good eye there, and a good eye by Kittanning's coaching staff as well to avoid the penalty.
That late substitution there. You have to if you're going to come in late, that's fine, but you got to go inside the numbers and stay there till the snap of the ball. You can't stand out kind of on the sideline, just kind of cherry picking away, if you will.
7:08 on the clock. Kittanning awaits a 1st and 10 on this drive. But just to get back to that earlier point, Kittanning has had some problems on their last 2 drives. It was the Dudek fumble right in that red zone, and then Brandon Toy.
And it looked like before that interception drive, it looked like they were going to finally put their offense together after that big 82-yard reception, if you from the opposite side to Bowers. It really looked like they were going to jumpstart their offense, and that was going to be to get them back into the game. Now they kind of turned it over, reeling a little bit up against the ropes.
Toy's in the shotgun. He's joined by Dudek standing to his right. Slot back is Bowers. 2 receivers right, 1 left. And Toy awaits the snap, takes the shotgun snap, and now rushes, jukes right, now cuts back over the middle, and is brought down, tackled there by his counterpart, Braden Timmons. Short run there for Toy as he kind of danced around, but really had nowhere to go. Cut down nicely by Timmons.
Trying to run the Nebraska option, it looked like there. Had Dudek behind him about 7 yards, waiting a pitch just in case. Wasn't able to get to it. A little bit of confusion as they line up, though. Bowers kind of directing traffic.
2nd down and 9, and we have some early motion here. Let's see what the call is. Right tackle on the play. For Kittanning, it was Jacob Robb. Looked like might have jumped a little early, and indeed he did. So they're going to push Kittanning back 5 yards.
5 penalties for 40 yards. It was interesting to see there if they called the defensive tackle kind of came into the neutral zone. It's interesting to see if maybe they called it. That's what caused the false start on the offense, because that's not allowed to cause that anymore. You can't get motion from the defensive side to cause a penalty on the offense.
So Kittanning now will be faced with a 2nd and 14. We're at about 6.5 to go here in quarter number 2. They trail 14-6 does Kittanning. 2 receivers to each side. Dudek in the backfield with Toy, and it's Bowers on the quick slant at the 45-yard line, and the ball comes out. The ball is out. Let's see who recovered. No signal yet. Highlands says they have it. Indeed they do. Holy cow. Another turnover here.
And I was just going to say how Bowers high-pointed that ball and did a good job making sure he pulled it in just in front of the defender. Wasn't able to tuck it away, though. Wasn't able to completely get it down in. Forced fumble and a turnover. That hurts. That hurts.
6:21 on the clock. 3 turnovers in 3 consecutive possessions for the Kittanning Wildcats. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Highlands. They lead 14-6, 6:21 on the clock. They're going to start this drive from their own 43-yard line. And again, loaded backfield. Here is Jackson with the direct snap. He's going to tuck it and run. He's going to try the left side. Gets to the 50 and is pushed out of bounds at about the 48-yard line, close to the first down marker. They are riding Jackson right now, and no reason not to. He's got 2 touchdowns on the day. And he's just piling up the yards right now.
7 yards on that. That's 101 yards on 12 carries for Elijah Jackson.
That says it all. He got the ball to the 50-yard line. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 3. 6:14. And Highlands trying to keep on moving right here. Turn the fumble into points. They've already turned an interception into points. Let's see what they do here. 2 tailbacks, 2 fullbacks. Jackson takes the direct snap again. It's going to be left side, and he bowls forward past the 45, brought down in the play by Bowers. But that's a 1st down run from Elijah Jackson.
5 and 1. There's 7 yards again, 108.
And they like that formation, too, as you said.
Wouldn't you, with the skill you have with Elijah Jackson and Martinka, who can easily break a tackle as well?
Yep, we've seen him rush for a number already.
I would just run that all day long, every single day, and they're going to keep doing it.
2 halfbacks.
That's what Sam Albert will do, too. He'll find something that will work and work it.
Jackson now hands off to Martinka, who's going to try straight up the middle, tripped up by a pile at the 40-yard line. And that is where they will mark him, Martinka. That's about 4 on the play. Again, Bowers in on the tackle. He is doing what he can for Kittanning on both sides of the ball, but it was his fumble that has led to this Highlands drive.
4-yard run there from Martinka. I gave him 5 because if he didn't get 5, he's just short of 5.
We'll call it 2nd and 5. 2 halfbacks, 2 split backs in front of him. Jackson takes the direct snap, runs into the pile, spins towards his right, and then is pushed back. Initial tackle on the play by Colton Chrisman, but they're going to mark him at the 36-yard line. I think they need the 34 for the 1st down.
They're short a couple, but still, 3rd and 2, you've been raking off 7-yard runs constantly. Run the exact same play.
Inside of 5 minutes to go, 3rd down and 2. Highlands is into Kittanning territory, 36-yard line, and they lead by 8 points, 14-6. Same formation. The 2 halfbacks are Jackson and Martinka. The split backs, 2 split backs in front of them as well, and a split end to the right side. Jackson fakes the handoff, and he is brought down. No gain on the play. He tried that far side, but it was Nick Bowers and company to bring him down for a loss. And now it's decision time once again for the Golden Rams.
You go for it. You have the opportunity to put a team away here. If you can get this 1st down, that's just going to put Kittanning completely up against the ropes, to take a boxing expression, and you can just go for the midsection at that point.
4 minutes to go here in quarter number 2, and indeed it's going to be a 4th and 3. Highlands will be going for it. And they're going to go back into the I formation. Timmons under center, 2 receivers to his right. It's Gillette and Jackson in the backfield. They're going to fake the handoff, bootleg towards the right. And now cutting back and down the middle with the rush. Here goes Timmons, and he's brought down by a couple of Kittanning defenders. But as you said, Brandon, early in that sequence, we have a hold against Highlands. The flag came in as Timmons tried to break that run, but it was aided by a hold, so push him back.
Was in positive 14 yards after that run. A 25-yard rush going to come back. Should come back 10 yards from the spot. And there's the spot. Typically they try to throw the flag right at the spot. So it's going to be a 4th and 19 or so. Bowers had the outside completely shut down. wasn't able to get the quarterback because, well, he was being held.
And Timmons, yeah, he rolled out. We've seen that bootleg play before. I've seen him hit Jeremy Jackson on a very similar play. I don't know if it was a designed run or if there was just no Golden Ram receivers open downfield. But either way, after the penalty, it's going to bring up 4th and 19, and Highlands will be forced to punt. So Sam Elliott comes in. Back deep to return is going to be Slagle, as well as Brady Chrisman and Colton Chrisman for Kittanning. First a whistle before the snap.
That's coming from the back. That's going to be a delay of game on the offense.
Let's see what it is. This will be for Highlands.
This will be their 35th yard of penalties.
It'll also be their third punt. Okay. Yeah, but penalties
I don't know if you were
as well.
trying to total that up or not. 35.
I just count punts. That's
okay.
That's all I'm capable of doing.
Well, no, they're going to do a legal substitution on Kittanning.
Kittanning, yeah, called for a legal substitution. That means we're going to push this one forward a couple yards, perhaps to the 52. But either way, Highlands still...
I mean the 48, right?
48. There we go. Hey, that's why you're here.
Like, wait a second.
52.
I don't think that yard line exists.
I saw the 50. I saw the extra 2. I'm not as...
No, it's fair. I would have done the same thing until I looked at it. I'm like, oh, wait, no.
47. So Sam Elliott back to punt from, yes, the 47. He takes the snap, gets this one away. It's high in the air, wobbly spiral. It's going to take a bounce and then rolls to the far side and gets out of bounds. What a punt there. Takes a Highland bounce and gets out of bounds at about that 7-yard line or so.
48-yard punt to put it inside the 10.
Heck of a job done there by Sam Elliott. Kicked it away from the returners, put it downfield, and got it out of bounds. So Kittanning is going to start once again deep in their own territory.
Kittanning got to get something here. Don't want to go into the half down. Going to the half down 8 points to Highlands. With Highlands being able to really pound the ball, their star running back Elijah Jackson has 15 carries. I'm going to need a different set of stat sheets, which are on my computer at home. Maybe I'll pick up batteries when I go.
There you go. We need batteries. We are running on fumes here with our power box, but we're making do. We're hoping you're enjoying our broadcast here on the MSA Sports Network. It's a 14-6 lead for the Highlands Golden Rams. Here's a little trickery. Toy with the play action now rushes outside down the near hash marks and straight up for a gain of a couple there. Brandon Toy taking it himself.
Giving the better part of 6 yards there, it looks like.
Kittanning starting this drive on their own 6-yard line, but getting a couple yards there. At about maybe the 13 or so. It's going to be 2nd down and 4. Shotgun for Toy. He is joined by Dudek, who, and again, play action. Over to the left goes Toy, and he is wrapped up and brought down in a pile at about the 14, call it.
Toy wanted to stretch that out too far. He had a wide open lane, did a good job of waiting till the last possible second for his fake, pulling it back out of the chest of Dudek. But he wanted to stretch it too far to the near side. He had a lane open up the middle. Probably should have cut it up and gone.
Final 2 minutes here in quarter number 2. And the ball will be spotted at the 15, 3rd and short. 3rd down and 1 for this Kittanning offense as they try to move out of their own end. Toy under center. He's going to rush forward, and he's got it. He's got it and then some. He's going to get to about the 20-yard line. Toy on the QB sneak. Picks up plenty for the first down. Drive will continue for the Wildcats.
Give him a 5 there. That's 14 yards rushing on 5 carries for Toy.
3 straight carries for Toy to begin this drive. That'll bring him 1st and 10. 1:45 to go in the half. Kittanning trails by 8. Ball's at their own 20-yard line. Toy in the shotgun. Dudek stands to his left. 3 receivers bunched to the left as well. Toy drops back, looks deep downfield. He's going to float when it's going to be incomplete. Well incomplete, missing his target. Bowers down at the 50-yard line, and Bowers was cutting towards the middle of the field. Ball ended up closer to the sideline.
And Bowers, I'm not sure there. It looked like a read pattern out of Bowers, and I think he might have made the wrong read because Toy was looking for him to go outside, decided he was going to cut it inside on a post instead of an out, and as soon as he did, that's when Toy let the ball go, and Toy just stood back in the backfield and realized what he had done and realized how far off the page they were.
Shotgun for Toy, split end to his right is Bowers, and they're going to give it to Dudek, though, who goes over right side off tackle, trying to bull his way forward, and he's going to get a couple. Hard run there for Zane Dudek.
And that's what he does. Is if you can keep him active in this running game, he takes a lot of pressure off of Toy. He takes a lot of hits too. That was a hard hit he took on that carry. Drug a defender for about 3 yards or so as he was doing it as well.
It's going to bring up 3rd down and 3. 1 minute and counting in this half. Toys in the shotgun. 3 receivers bunched right. Zane Dudek, then Bowers to his right. And here's a little pitch outside to Dudek, who gets over to the sideline, crosses the first down chain, and is pushed out of bounds. So how about that? Zane Dudek gets out of bounds with 50 seconds and picks up the first down.
He's at the 27 to the 31, so got 4 there. That's 90 carries. Score in from half. Freeport is up 14-0 over West Shamokin. Another Allegheny Conference score.
Both of these teams
I'm trying to get Ford City's score as well.
Okay. Both these teams have beaten West Shamokin, by the way. 50 seconds, though. Ball's on the 31. Toy in the shotgun. He's going to float one for Bowers down the sideline. Bowers leaps, and he makes the catch right on the sideline, right at the 50-yard line. He's out of bounds. But Bowers, a heck of a catch there with tight coverage. Will Burris once again just doing what he could, but Bowers just got in the air, made the catch.
Bowers used that 6'4 frame and high pointed that ball. 16, so 94, 104.
Ball's at the 47-yard line. Kittanning right now with 46 seconds to work in this half. They trail by 8 points. Shotgun snap for Toy. He's going to roll over to his left. He's in trouble, and he's brought down.
That's such a hard pass for a right-handed quarterback to roll to his left-hand side. He's got to get his entire shoulder, his entire hip whipped around to throw the ball, and he had no time to do it. Highlands had it sniffed out.
Martinka and Timmons on the sack. 25 seconds and counting. Kittanning's got to get going. Ball is pushed back to about the 39-yard line. Toy takes the snap. He wants Bowers again, and Bowers does not make the catch. Intercepted by Burris, but a flag comes in. A flag comes in.
This might be offensive. I don't know. Honestly, I can't tell from over here. Burris had
the inside track. Right. He had that position, and Bowers was kind of up on his back. Let's see what the call is.
Be interested to see where the officials go first. Sam Albert's not thrilled over there, and that's exactly what it's going to be, is a penalty on Highlands, a 15-yard pass interference penalty on Highlands. And there was a collective sigh of relief, if you will, from the press box.
We are in Kittanning territory for sure, but 18
That's
seconds to go.
That's why Sam Albert was so mad, because he knew what the call was. Boy.
Not the first time we've seen Burris flagged for interference while trying to defend.
That'll be a 15-yard penalty. Make it second. No, that's an automatic first down as well, isn't it?
I believe it is. No? Okay. Receiving word that it's not an automatic first, and they are going to be short of that first down mark. So it's going to bring up second down and short,
though. Yeah, but it goes from first and Ford City to second and short.
Second and short, 18 seconds. Ball is at the 46-yard line of the Golden Rams. Toy takes the snap and drops back. Hold up, hold everything.
There was no whistle, but the entire both
stopped.
Teams just stopped.
Yep.
Oh, okay. The board was displaying first down. The officials wanted to set that properly, but there should be a couple extra seconds put back on the clock because they did wind the clock. Or at least should have.
Well, the final 18 seconds dragging along here as they sometimes do. Every second becomes so crucial in games like these, especially towards the end of quarters and halves. And right now we have 18 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Second and 3. Kittanning on the move. 14-6. And Toy takes the snap. Big rush. He's going to heave one up. And it's incomplete. Falls well short of the intended target. It was Croyle, but Toy really just had to go into crisis control there and let it go.
I did not catch. I think that was 33 for Highlands. It came on an inside backer blitz.
Big rush there.
Look at his name here.
Isaac Gillette.
Yep, yeah,
full
he
back
came on
and
an inside backer blitz right up the A-gap. And
third and short. Clock stopped at 14 seconds. 3 receivers left, and Toy in the shotgun takes the snap. Hold up. Penalty flags come flying in. Hold up.
Yeah, the sticks are reflecting second down. The board is reflecting third down. The officials are reflecting third down.
Penalty on the play, though, and it's going to be a false start against the Wildcats.
That's 50 yards in penalties.
And that's a huge play there, or huge penalty, I should say. They had 3rd and 3. make it 3rd and 8 now with 11 seconds to go. This drive has been both aided and hurt by penalties for the Wildcats. And with 11 seconds to go, they're going to see what they can do. It's been Toy in the shotgun for most of this drive. And indeed, it's going to stay that way. He's got 2 receivers right, 2 to his left. Dudek joins him in the backfield. Toy takes the snap, shuffles back, and over the middle, almost picked off by a dumb Martinka. I think he wanted Bowers, who was streaking across the middle, and he did not see Martinka standing there at all.
Martinka just saw grass completely in front of him. Tried to haul it in, wasn't able to. He tried to make a nice one-handed interception.
Indeed, it was a little bit behind him.
Couldn't get enough of his hand on it. I think he saw green in front of him, though.
8 seconds. It's 4th down and 8. And it looks as though Kittanning is just going to try to... They're keeping their offense on the field.
Bowers can punt. Bowers can punt at times.
Bowers is deep behind the line here. And with 8 seconds...
A lot of motion going on, though. A lot of substitutions and motion. There's an illegal...
Nick Royal is making his way off the field very quickly. And Bowers will take the snap, boots it away downfield. It's going to take a hop and roll towards the goal line and freezes there, but no seconds show on the clock. So the punt took the remaining 8 seconds, and that's going to do it for the first half. An exciting half it was. Plenty of penalties and turnovers. I'm sure coaches are going to have a field day here in the locker rooms, but no matter how you shake it up, it is a 14-6 lead for the Highlands Golden Rams over the Kittanning Wildcats. That's it for half number 1. We're going to have our halftime show and a quick recap of what happened here in the first. When we come back, we will take a break first. It's 14-6, Highlands in front of Kittanning at the half. It's the Monticello's Restaurant Game of the Week here on the MSA Sports Network.
Hines Ward, if you're a high school sports fan, the place to go all year round is the MSA Sports Network. Log on every day to www.msasports.net for the schedules, the scores, the standings, the rankings, and of course, all of the broadcasts includes exclusive WPIAL playoffs and championship action. Anytime, anywhere, always there, the MSA Sports Network.
Monticello's Italian Restaurant has been serving the Pittsburgh community for over 34 years. With over 5 northern locations, there is one near you. Monticello's has been named the best pizza, best hoagies, and best Italian restaurant by the Tribune Review for 3 years in a row. Stop in at any Monticello's restaurant before or after your high school football game and mention that you heard us right here on the MSA Sports Network to receive a large traditional cheese pizza and 4 soft drinks for $12.99. For the complete menu and additional information, go to www.monticellos.com. Monticello's a Pittsburgh favorite.
Welcome back to Kittanning. Our first half is in the books, and the Highlands Golden Rams have a 14-6 lead over the Kittanning Wildcats. And here's how it happened. Kittanning, on their first play, they elected to receive, won the flip, elected to receive, and Zane Dudek took the first play from scrimmage for 73 yards downfield, a 73-yard carry. They missed the point after, did Kittanning, but a 73-yard touchdown for Zane Dudek put Kittanning in front 6-0. Highlands, let's start this again. Dudek put him up 6-0. Highlands, after a series of punts from each team, responded right at the end of quarter number 1 with an Elijah Jackson 23-yard.
Can you keep your cool as Sabine goes its next hand with energy and determination? We hope you enjoy this Grammy lead from their 2007 album Echoes, Silence, Patience, and Grace. Here is The Pretender. Yes!
We're sexy and we know it. The Wildcat Band led from 2 numbers by the group Fun. Fun rose to prominence in the summer of 2012 with the tracks featured in this year's halftime show. The band will first showcase the 2013 Grammy Award-winning Best Song of the Year, We Are Young, followed by their second hit, Some Nights. We Are Young became highly recognizable after being performed in an episode of Blais and being used in the Super Bowl 46 ad for the Chevy Sonic. Some Nights was performed on the single of the same album. Some Nights became the band's second-winning song and rose as high as number 3 on Billboard's Hot 100. We present to you Fun Nights, Some Nights, Friday Night Football Halftime. The band is directed on the field by senior drum major Cassie Klaus.
All right, let's try to dial this baby back in. I don't think it'll be the batteries if this doesn't. We're gonna have to deal with the beeping again. Just remember that. Okay.
But then it went away.
Right.
So.
I don't want you to hear it, because I would. I will.
Back here at Kittanning High School, we are back up and running, folks. Sorry for the brief delay there. Just a couple minutes remaining in halftime. The Highlands Golden Rams have a 14-6 lead here over Kittanning. These two teams fighting for positioning in the Allegheny Conference here in Class AA, and also Highlands trying to remain perfect, 3-0 on the season. Kittanning trying to rebound after that tough loss last week. But the score is 14-6 at the half. We're going to take a quick break and be right back after this. It's the Monticello's Restaurants Game of the Week here on the MSA Sports Network.
MSASports.net is the place to click on every day this fall.
On Mondays, we have the latest MSA Sports Top 10 football rankings.
Tuesday is a look back at the biggest and best plays from the previous Scholastic football weekend with the plays of the week.
We go big game hunting on Wednesday with a preview of the top 4 WPIAL football contests.
I'll look into my crystal ball on Thursday with the wildly popular Chicks Picks.
Also on Thursday, we preview the college football slate in the region for the upcoming weekend, then we recap those games each and every Sunday.
A complete rundown of all the games comes your way on Friday, plus plenty of broadcasts to choose from on Friday nights.
On Saturday, we'll take a look at the top performances with Friday night highlights. Then on Sunday, a look back at the previous day's high school standouts with Saturday's Scholastic Stars.
Anytime, anywhere, always there this fall with the MSA Sports Network at MSASports.net.
UPMC Sports Medicine is the region's largest and most experienced center dedicated to caring for athletes of all levels. And as we celebrate more than 25 years of world-class care, we're proud to offer more services, have more physicians, and treat more student athletes than any other sports medicine provider in the region. Why would you choose to go anywhere else? To learn more, call 1-855-93-SPORT or visit upmcsportsmedicine.com.
The MSA Sports Network is more than just high school football this fall. Log on to MSASports.net for coverage of all other Scholastic fall sports with schedules, results, and rankings of boys and girls soccer. We'll also have results and postseason coverage of girls tennis, boys and girls golf, and cross country. Plus results and rankings along with weekly matches involving the MSA Sports Hometown Girls Volleyball program. The best coverage of all WPIAL fall sports is only here on the MSA Sports Network.
The history books are filled with the names of great athletes and great teams from Western Pennsylvania. They share stories of great victories and stunning defeats, but they all have one thing in common. They know the championship season is the time to be first. First Commonwealth Bank, proud sponsor of the WPIAL and the best high school athletes in Western Pennsylvania. First Commonwealth, time to be first.
S-Mark Incorporated is a diversified holding company with interests in steel manufacturing, energy exploration and production, real estate, and youth sports development. S-Mark Youth Development was formed by founder and CEO James Bouchard to develop and support a wide range of youth sports and recreation programs, childhood development and education initiatives, and other community-based philanthropic programs in Western Pennsylvania. S-Mark sponsors Quaker Valley High School Athletics and the Johnstown Tomahawk Foundation. The Bouchard family founded the FC Soccer Club with a grant for youth soccer development. S-Mark takes great pride in the baseball complex at Bouchard Family Park. S-Mark Field is a state-of-the-art complex that supports over 500 Western Pennsylvania youths and their teams. The company's commitment to youth sports and recreation also extends to local and regional organizations in Pennsylvania that provide a variety of recreation programs to at-risk kids and their families. S-Mark is a proud sponsor of the Imani Christian Academy basketball program, the Pittsburgh Kids Foundation, Lowell Epilepsy Foundation, and the National Kidney Foundation. In 2013, S-Mark launched the S-Mark High School All-American Recognition Program aimed at recognizing outstanding athletic, academic, and community service achievements among all high school student athletes across the United States in 16 major varsity sports programs spanning 5 geographical regions. For additional information, go to www.smark.com.
We're at Kittanning High School, and we're ready for the third quarter between hometown Kittanning Wildcats and the Highlands Golden Rams with Brandon Showers. I'm Pete Blais. So glad you've joined us here on the MSA Sports Network. It is a 14-6 lead for Highlands here as we begin quarter number 3. 2 Elijah Jackson touchdowns for the Golden Rams. A touchdown as well for Zane Dudek of the Wildcats on their first play from scrimmage, believe it or not. But after that first play for the Wildcats, it was all Golden Rams. And that's where we stand now, and it is the Highlands team that will get the ball to start the third quarter and the second half.
Took the words out of my mouth. I was ready to just say Highlands is going to get the ball. Honestly, Highlands comes out here and scores. Kittanning has a long hill to climb, and it's a steep one at that, the way that this Highlands defense has been playing today.
The Golden Rams are trying to stay perfect on the year. Right now they're 3-0 right at the top of that Allegheny Conference. And Kittanning trying to do what they can to not fall to 2-2. Kittanning in the second quarter had 3 turnovers on 3 consecutive possessions. Obviously they'll be trying to clean that up. To kick off for Kittanning, Brandon, is going to be Tyler Fries as they try to line things up.
A lot of times a Sam Albert coach team does very well in the first half of the season, the first half of a football game. And then for whatever reason, in the second half, it goes downhill. Be interesting to see what he said to his guys in the locker room at halftime to make sure that they stay up for this second half. Because if they rest, Kittanning has that quick strike ability. And if they strike quickly, it's going to be a completely different ballgame. But who would have thought this game would have been 14-6 at the half?
Fries boots it short over to the near side. It's picked up on a bounce by Jeremy Jackson, who goes towards the middle, avoids the first rush, crosses midfield, and is tackled on the near side hash marks. The initial tackler there for Kittanning was Jared Croyle, the special teamer. They have been staying away. Both teams have been staying away from the deep return man.
Rightfully so.
Yep, Elijah Jackson was back deep, and no need to kick it to him, but a nice return there by Jeremy Jackson.
Both return corps are very, very good. Now, again, Kittanning last week deployed a trick setup almost on the kick returns. They kind of hid Braden Toy and had him go at the last second where he thought the kick was going to go to.
We're going to start with Timmons in the shotgun, joined by Jackson to his right. Jackson's going to get the handoff, comes to the near side, hits the 50 and is rolled down at the 40, well, at the 46.
I told you, it got me. I heard it, it got me.
Highlands starting this drive in good position after the nice Jackson return. Gain of 3 for Elijah Jackson on that first play. Here we go. Highlands is going to go into shotgun, and they're going to spread it out. Timmons is the quarterback, 2 receivers right, 3 to the left, and here is the snap. Timmons on the 3-step drop. He's looking deep downfield, pump fakes, avoids the first rush, hits midfield. Now he's going to go forward up the middle, bowls forward to the 40, and we have a late flag coming in as Timmons went down.
Yeah, but Timmons kind of lowered his shoulder, and he lowered almost his head. I'm going to be interested to see what this call is. They're going to give him a 7-yard run on the play.
Just short of the first down there. And we are going to have a penalty against Timmons.
No, they're going to do it both sides.
Leading with the helmet.
They're going to do it both sides. They're going to offset it. They're going to say Bowers led with it. They're going to say Timmons led with it. I'm not sure Bowers did. But they're going to say they both led with the helmet.
Helmet-to-helmet contact, and it will be indeed offsetting. So
we'll replay second down.
How about that for Timmons, though? The agility and the awareness he showed on that play. He wanted to go deep. There was nothing there. He avoided the initial rush with a little pump fake and then got his feet moving down the middle of the field. Good rush there by Timmons. All for naught, though, on negating penalties.
They brought it too far back. They brought the ball too far back on this. They moved it back
to the 49. Ball should be technically at the 47. By the way, I formation here for Highlands. They're going to fake it to Jackson. And now rolling right is Timmons. And he's going to be brought down from behind as he tried to roll right and rush forward. On the sack there for Kittanning was Brady Kirkwood.
And Bowers. Bowers had him from the back end, came blindside. Almost wrapped him up himself about 7 yards deep. They're going to give him a no gain on that play, but really, in statistic-wise, it would be a -3 because of the spot wrong.
So it's going to be 3rd and 10. Ball's going to be spotted at the 49, just inside that 50-yard line. Highlands is in Kittanning territory. 10 minutes, 10 seconds here in this third quarter. Highlands leads 14-6, but they're facing a 3rd and long. Timmons drops back. He goes over the middle at the deep pass. Jackson goes up and makes the catch. But he's brought down by the ankles on the tackle by Colton Crispin. But what a catch there by Jackson. He went up in the air to get it, brought it down, and it's a big gain for Highlands on 3rd down.
Trying to see where they spotted that ball. Looks like the 16-yard line, so it'll be a 33-yard pass.
Great ball to go up and get by Jackson. 9:50 and counting now. It's a new set of downs. 1st and 10. Ball all the way to the 17-yard line. And now it's going to be Highlands into that run formation. Jackson's going to take the direct snap. He shuffles over to his right and is brought down on the edge by, let's see, having a tough time getting a read on the number there. Initially, I assumed it was Bowers because he plays that right end spot.
He bounces from side to side, though. He plays a strong side setup. But, yeah, you're exactly right. He plays that DN spot. I didn't catch the number. I don't know that it was Bowers, though.
I believe it was Cade Hepner.
Okay, fair enough.
Yep, defensive end there. And, again, 2 halfbacks, 2 fullbacks. Jackson takes the snap. He's going to try right. Jukes a man. That's Croyle, but then is brought down nicely on the play. Jacob Robb is the tackler that time. And Jackson was really stuffed up, had nowhere to go. Good job of avoiding the initial tackler, but really had nowhere to go after that. So now we're inside of 8:45 to go here in the third quarter. It's going to be 3rd and long. Ball is back to the 19-yard line after the loss from Jackson.
Good job of help defense for the Kittanning Wildcats as well. They had them bundled up in the backfield. And we've seen so many times Jackson break that loose. They had about 4 people come in and make the tackle. Good job for that defense not stopping and assuming Croyle was going to get the tackle on contact.
3rd and long, call it 3rd and 11. Timmons into the shotgun. 2 receivers to each side. He drops back, and now he's going to tuck it and run over to the left side to the numbers to the 10, and he's brought down short of the first down marker. Looks like they needed the 7 or the 8, I think, for the first down, and Timmons just short of that.
Give them 8 yards on it, make it 4th and 3. Looks like the field goal unit's going to come out.
And indeed they will. Sam Elliott and company will come out. The ball is spotted on the near side hash marks of the 10-yard line. It's 4th and 2, but field goal units on to try and tack on 3 points here.
This is a tough field goal from that spot. Typically, you want to be on the other hash mark for a right-handed kicker.
Going to be about a 27-yarder. Holder on the play is Anthony Pacey. The hold is down. The kick is up. The kick is good. Just squeezed it inside that left upright. And Sam Elliott puts Highlands in front now by 11 points, making a 17-6 lead for the Golden Rams on the Elliott field goal. We're going to step aside for a quick break. 7.5 to go in quarter number 3. It's the Monitor.
WPIAL only here on the MSA Sports Network. Join me along with other MSA Sports members each week as we talk to head coaches around District 7, plus run down all the high school football action and preview the top games for the upcoming weekend. That's this week in the WPIAL, Wednesday nights at 7 o'clock, only here on the MSA Sports Network.
Kittanning High School here for a Class AA Allegheny Conference matchup, and it's the Highlands Golden Rams playing away from home, but they have a 17-6 lead here over Kittanning. Sam Elliott with a 27-yard field goal just moments ago.
Real quick, want to remind you, tonight's game is brought to you by Monticello's Restaurant. We're so much more than pizza. Boy, are they.
Indeed.
Italian subs. Yummy.
I've been looking for a place for a good Italian sub around here. That's it? That's the spot? All right. Elliott on to kick off. And again, the low line drive, it's going to take a bounce at the 30, picked up right there by Kittanning's Cameron Wolf over to the near side. He is bunched up and brought down. Wow,
he's rammed. He's rammed, and I've waited all game for that.
Oh, very good. I see what you did there. Cameron Wolf, though, fielded it at the 30 and got it to about the 36-yard line. So call it the 37, though. That's where Kittanning's going to take over. 7:24 on the clock here in the third quarter.
You don't want to go with a normal Pittsburgh ease and say that this is a must score, but this is about as close as a must score as you can get without it being a must score.
Brandon Toy is going to be in the shotgun. Dudek joins him as a protector to the right. Nuss hang on to everything. And yep, Toy is going to drop back. He approached the line momentarily. He's got 3 receivers to his left bunched up. And they go with a little option. Dudek's going to take the pitch over to the near side. Dudek makes the first man miss. He's got the 40-yard line, and he's brought down in a pile very close to this near sideline. Dudek, nice job shuffling around, juking around, and making a couple guys miss for a gain of about 3.
Ford City scoring 13-7 Valley at the half, so Ford City's down by 6. Freeport's up 7 in the third quarter.
Inside of 7 minutes to play. Toy in the shotgun, 3 receivers left. 1 to his right. The lone split end to the right is Bowers. Dudek standing to the right of Toy in the backfield. Straight 5 in front of Toy. Takes the shotgun snap. A little option play over to the left, and Toy's going to keep it up the middle. Crosses the 45 and falls back first to the 48. That is very close to a first down. Indeed it is. So Toy keeps it and picks up the first.
That's got to be a close first down. And the one game we're not updating anyone on is the Battle of the Undefeateds with Apollo Ridge and Shadyside. I haven't gotten a score from that.
Greg Warnock and Chris Lackner are there.
Right.
Try to get in touch with one of them as soon as we can. But in terms of this one, it's 17-6. Golden Rams in front of the Wildcats. Toy takes the shotgun snap from the 48. Hands off to Dudek. Dudek's looking for room. He's in trouble. Can he get the edge over to the far side? Yes. Hits midfield and is pushed out of bounds. Dudek, an adventurous run there. He was in trouble in the backfield, but used his speed to get outside over to that left far side and managed to pick up a couple yards. Call it 2nd and 8. Zane Dudek had that early touchdown for Kittanning. That's been their only point so far. They've got 6 points, but they trail. They have the ball. They're at midfield. 2nd down and 8. Toy's got bunch receivers to his right. Over the middle for Bowers. Caught at the 45. Bowers taking defenders with him to the 40. Wrapped up. He's still got his feet moving and finally bowled over. 3rd man into the pile was Braden Timmons. Finally, that did the job enough to get Bowers to the ground, but not before he gained the 40-yard line.
Freeport scores tied up now 14-14 with West Shamokin.
Bowers, a heck of a catch and run there all the way to the 40, and that's good enough for another Kittanning first down. They are driving, folks. They're into Golden Rams territory. They have a 1st and 10 with 5.5 to go. They are trailing 17-6. Now shotgun, 2 receivers each side. Dudek, though, in the backfield is going to take the handoff. Again, he's going to try left side, bending around towards the sideline, and he's pushed out at the 35.
That's about 4 straight runs for Dudek that he's been bottled up in the backfield and just kept to stretch it to the sideline. To no avail, pick up a nice 5-yard run. And on first down, if you can pick out 5 yards, that's a win in any scenario.
2nd down and 5. Toy, shotgun formation. Split end to the left is Slagle. Bunch receivers to his right. It's Bowers, Chrisman, as well as Brochetti, but Toy's going to keep it. Rushes up the middle on the 2nd down play and gets a gain of a couple there on the QB keeper.
I think they're going to give him 2 on that.
Highlands right now giving up some yards. This drive started for Kittanning at their own 37-yard line. They now face a 3rd down and 3 from Highlands' 33-yard line.
I'm going to check our website, see if that Highlands game is updated or not.
The Shadyside game?
Yeah.
Bowers is going to take the direct snap. He's joined by Dudek. And Bowers is going to take it and run over to the near side. He hits the 30-yard line and is down. And he fumbled the ball. Hold up, though. Bowers looks hurt. He went down awkwardly on that tackle. He's kind of grabbing it, his lower half, and he gets up. Little gimpy. And he makes his way over to the sideline and just collapses.
Give him 3 yards rushing.
Awkward tackle there, but indeed he did get that first down. He's going to have to stretch out on the side for a minute or two here. 4 minutes, 10 seconds And counting here in the third quarter as the Wildcats try to get back on the scoreboard. They trail 17-6. Ball's at the 30. They have a fresh set of downs. Toy's in the shotgun. He's got a lone receiver. That's Jeff Dockham to the near side. He's got bunched receivers over to his left, but Dudek is going to take the handoff. He's got a crease over on the right side. Hits the 30 and bowls forward to the 27 where he is brought down for a tackle there.
Score on the website between Apollo Ridge and Shadyside. Apollo Ridge is up 26-7 currently.
There you go.
And that's the game that matters here. There's really no team for Kittanning to root for in that situation after the loss last week to Apollo Ridge. They need to win this game and do their best impression of the Pirates and rip off about 7 straight.
Braden Toy in the shotgun, 3 receivers to his left. He's going to take it and run. He's going to shuffle around down the middle of the field, twisting his way towards the first down marker. He's got maybe the 25-yard line. It's going to be short. It's going to be 3rd down and 5, it looks like, inside 3 minutes to play here in the third. 17-6, Highlands leads. Kittanning, though, on the drive. Now, shotgun, 2 receivers to each side. Dudek joins Toy. In the backfield is a protector to his left. Toy now looks to the sideline for the call. 5 linemen in front of him.
11th play of the drive for Kittanning here.
Toy takes the snap, fakes it to Dudek, throws it outside. It is caught by Slagle, trying to twist his way towards the middle, but he is brought down short of the first down marker. Little bubble screen there for Slagle, but he could not quite pick up that first down. It's going to be 4th and maybe 2 or so.
Give him 3 on that for Slagle. That's the first receiver, other than Bowers, that has been targeted in this game.
12th play of the drive. Toy in the shotgun. They are going for it, by the way. 4th and 2 from the Highlands 23-yard line. Toy is looking for the signal. He's got Dudek with him in the backfield. 2 receivers to each side. Takes the snap, fakes it to Dudek, goes outside to his receiver, Chrisman. And Chrisman's got enough of the first, but
I don't know.
Hold up, but the ball came out late. Chrisman made the catch, was brought down at about the first down marker on that far sideline. And then the ball came out. No,
he was down. He was
down.
Far down. I think they're going to give him the first, but it's interesting to see what the penalties.
Yeah, the flag came in very late as well.
I think they're going to say he just picked up 2 on that pass, according to the spot. It looks like from here. It's a penalty on dead ball. Unsportsmanlike conduct on Kittanning.
Well, let's see what exactly the call is, because Chrisman picked up the first down. No doubt about that.
They actually signaled Highlands ball. So why? It shouldn't be Highlands ball. If he picked up the first down if he picked up the yard to gain, they're going to say no, he only picked up 1.
Wow. So Chrisman does not pick up the first down. Kittanning fails to convert. Add the unsportsmanlike on to the turn.
65 yards and penalties for Kittanning right now.
As Highlands takes over, add the penalty yards onto their initial spot, and Highlands is going to take over. So Kittanning turns it over on downs, and now it's a 1st and 10 from Highlands from their own 35. I formation as Timmons is under center, hands off to Jackson, who bundles his way forward past the 40-yard line to maybe the 41. But how about that? Kittanning goes for it on the 23-yard line.
A good play call at that.
Play action, and they pass outside.
And absolutely just couldn't get that last couple of inches, because if he was short, it was by the hair on my chinny chin, and I shaved today. So
1 minute, 14 seconds to go. Clock is rolling here in the third quarter. Highlands has a 2nd down and 5. They also have the lead, 17-6. Kittanning with a huge turnover on downs. And now it's Timmons under center, I formation. Jackson's going to get the handoff, spinning forward, falls back first to the 45, very close to the first down marker, but I think it's going to be 3rd and short.
It is.
Back-to-back Jackson runs to start this drive for the Golden Rams.
There's a flag on the play, and there's a little bit of jawing going on after the play from the Highlands Rams. That's what they're going to do, is call an unsportsmanlike penalty.
Personal foul. There's the call, so yeah, some pushing and shoving.
15 yards.
Wow.
60 yards.
So instead of third and short.
Well, it turns third and short into second and forever.
Second and long. So here we go. All the way back now to the 29-yard line after the personal foul penalty against Highlands. Now they're going to roll the clock. We are at 50 seconds to play here in the quarter. Highlands, a 17-6 lead. They would love to add on to it here.
No, that was a dead ball. That's third. I think that's third down. That's a dead ball, so it's third and forever because it was after the play. The play still counts.
So how about that? So it will be third and long. Third and 16. High formation. They're going to go with the fullback handoff. This is Isaac Gillette pulling his way forward over towards the right side, but he's brought down just outside the original line of scrimmage there. So give him a gain of about 5, but that's a fourth down for Highlands. So after
that Freeport score stood till the end of the third, still 14-14.
After the long Kittanning drive that results in a turnover on downs, Highlands takes over and they'll go 3 and out. Elliott is on to punt now. And it will be Brady Chrisman, Logan Slagle back deep to return. In front of them is Colton Chrisman.
It looks like Highlands, they're going to roll it to the fourth quarter. They rolled the clock into the fourth quarter.
I see. So there you have it. 3 quarters are in the books. Highlands gets a field goal in that third quarter, but that's it. And they will take a 17-6 lead into the fourth over the Kittanning Wildcats. It's the Monticello's Game of the Week here on the MSA Sports Network.
Life is about having the confidence to know you can do anything right. I get that at Carlo.
I graduated with top awards, but beyond the classroom, Carlo helped me learn a lot about myself.
Carlo brings out the best in you.
I know I'm going to be a fantastic nurse.
I know whatever I come across, I'll be prepared.
I can't think of a better place to start the rest of my life, because at Carlo, I know I matter.
I matter.
I matter.
Enroll at Carlo University. Visit carlo.edu.
Fourth quarter is upon us here at Kittanning. And we remind you that tonight's game is brought to you by Monticello's Restaurant. We are so much more than pizza. Fourth quarter is here. Highlands has a 17-6 lead over Kittanning. Just one score during that third quarter. Highlands possessed the ball twice, Kittanning just once. And the third quarter came and went just like that. But Highlands now is on to punt. It's Sam Elliott after they just went 3 and out. This will be the first play of the fourth. Elliott awaits the long snap. Chrisman and Slagle back deep to return, but it's going to be a short punt. It's going to hit at the 45-yard line, then bounces forward. It's going to be down by, I believe that is Dom Martinka. It is indeed.
Big defensive stand there from Kittanning to not give up any points after driving that far down, turning the ball over on downs, and look who's back in the game. Look who's huddling up on the sidelines with the offense, none other than Nick Bowers. In this situation, you can't stay out of the game if you're nicked up. You've got to come back in and at least give it a shot. Now, don't hurt yourself. Don't severely injure yourself, but this is a game, this is a scenario, you've got to get back in. You're down by 2 scores with 1 quarter to go.
Shotgun for Toy. He's joined by 2 protectors in the backfield. He's got 2 receivers to his right. He's going to go to one of them, and it's caught by Chrisman on the bobble at about the 50-yard line. He's tackled as soon as he makes the catch by Jeremy Jackson. Nice composure there from Brady Chrisman to hang on to that pass and haul it in for the reception.
121 yards passing after that 3-yard pass to Chrisman.
All right, so Kittanning now into Highlands territory, 49-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and 8. 11:20 to go here in the fourth quarter. Kittanning is looking for points. Nick Bowers, by the way, back on the sideline. He was tackled awkwardly in the middle of the third quarter, had to leave, and now he's going to sit this play out as well. The handoff's going to go to Dudek, and he finds a seam, and he's going to be off to the races. We've seen this before, to the 20, to the 10, slides into the end zone for the touchdown. Zane Dudek with another burst and another score.
Another flag down, but it's got to be the way that flag was thrown, it was when the near side judge was running down the sideline. It's almost got to be a sideline violation or sideline warning of some sorts.
Zane Dudek that time from 49 yards away. You're right, the penalty flag came in, but let's see what the call is. Zane Dudek on the first play from scrimmage, in case you're just joining us, had a 73-yard touchdown run. First play for Kittanning. This time, on the second play of this drive from 49 yards away, found a seam, took it down the far sideline and into the end zone. But a penalty flag came flying in as Dudek crossed the line of scrimmage. No word on it just yet, but now here is referee.
Targeting with the head on Highlands. So that'll be enforced on the kickoff.
It would. So the Dudek touchdown will stand.
I'm confused at how that can. Okay, I'm not gonna speculate on why, where, when, and how, because that's not the official to throw that type of flag.
Once again, the call was targeting to the head against Highlands.
I was going to say,
result of the play is a touchdown.
He gave the signal targeting to the head on Highlands, and then he kind of turned and walked away. I'm like, well, does the touchdown stand then, or had to turn around the referee and give the touchdown signal? Go for two here.
Exactly.
If make
17
it a
to 12.
or a 5-point game. What's it matter?
Excuse me. Toy's going to be in the shotgun. He's got three receivers to his right, one to his left. He's going to roll right, looking end zone. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown. Or excuse me, 2-point conversion is good.
I'm going to call them the Cardiac Cats, because this is 2 weeks in a row.
Brady.
I've had Kittanning, and they've come back.
Brady Chrisman making the catch in the end zone for the 2-point conversion on the rollout by Toy. Make it 17-14. Highlands in front, but Kittanning with the touchdown and the 2. So come right back in this one and get themselves within 3.
And I did not tweet out our third quarter score. I need to make sure I do that. But boy, the Cardiac Cats are striking again, and that's what I'm going to call them the rest of the season.
Yeah, how about Kittanning last week?
Oh my.
How about Kittanning against Apollo Ridge in that overtime game? They lost in overtime 44-41, but they were down by 16 points with 9 minutes remaining. 38-22 with 9 minutes to go. You got to think Apollo Ridge
I'm going to be honest with you.
Has it. And they eventually did, but Kittanning really took it to him in those final couple minutes.
Me and Greg Warnock, we both were doing it, and we said the exact same thing. We said this 16-point deficit, the way the Kittanning offense was playing, they were just being bottled up nonstop. 16-point deficit, this is going to be the end of it here. I wouldn't be surprised to see an onside kick here. You're kicking from the 45, your 45-yard line as it is. Even if you do an onside kick and it goes to 10 yards and they recover it, their 35-yard line.
That's true. But that two-play drive for Kittanning that resulted in the Dudek 49-yard touchdown run took just 59 seconds off the clock. 11 minutes, 1 second. Here left in this fourth quarter, and it will be.
It is going to be an onside.
Tyler Fries.
Look at that ball. It's straight up and down.
Let's see. No, instead, they're going to go deep. End-over-end kick all the way back to Elijah Jackson. Hold
penalty.
Everything.
5-yard penalty, false start on the kicking team.
Somebody get ahead of the kicker there?
Yep.
All right. So bring it back here.
9 penalties for 70 yards.
Yep, and the penalty has pushed this kickoff, as you said, all the way up to the 45. As Dudek was targeted in the helmet on that touchdown run. But now the false start penalty will put it back right at midfield, 50-yard line. Elijah Jackson is back deep to return. Tyler Fries remains on as the kicker. That's the first time I think we've seen Jackson return a kick all night. Usually they've been pretty short. And look at this Highlands formation. They are bunched up right in between the 40 and 39 or 30-yard lines. But again, they're going to go deep. And it's going to be Jackson looking at this one. Roll out of bounds just in front of the goal line on the near side. Holy cow. Jackson must have thought it was going to roll into the end zone, but instead, right in front of him.
That's a smart play from Jackson. They're going to come up now. They're either going to make him re-kick it.
Oh, of course, out of bounds. Yeah, out of bounds on the kickoff. So, yeah, of course, if it's a punt, then...
Boy. You couldn't have been any more unlucky if you are Kittanning.
No kidding. Jackson just let it roll, and instead of rolling into the end zone, it rolls just out of bounds at the 2, maybe 1 yard line, and
they're going to make him re-kick it.
Wow.
They've gained 10 of those 15 yards back on the targeting penalty.
They're going to make him re-kick, though, from the 50.
Yeah. No, they should be taking that back to
That's
the 45.
what I'm saying. They just kicked from the 50.
And that's what this near side judge is saying is they should be going back to the 45.
And indeed they do. Fries picks up the tee and moves it back 5 yards. Elijah Jackson is caught, or had 2 opportunities, I suppose, for returns. Instead, one was whistled on a false start on Kittanning. The other, the kick went out of bounds. But either way, now from the 45-yard line, this ball is lined up at third. Kickoff attempt here from Kittanning. Fries approaches, and it's a little poocher over to the far side, caught by an up man. That's Dom Martinka, and he rolls with it, spins, and goes down at the 36, maybe 37-yard line. So finally, Highlands will take over after Kittanning gets a score and a 2-point conversion to put themselves within 3.
Smart move from Kittanning, going for 2 there. Even if you don't get it, you're down 5. It's only 1 score if you can stop them defensively. Now you're down 3. If you can't get a touchdown and you hold them, all you really got to do is get into field goal range, which is around the 20-yard line or so for the kicks. So probably around the 13 for offense.
Timmons is going to come out for this initial play. Braden Timmons. And the shotgun joined by Jackson back there. 2 tight end set as well. And now it's going to be a keeper for Timmons after the play action. And he gets past the 40 to the 41. Gain of maybe 4 on the play. And now I believe Highlands is going to try to bleed some clock here as they lead by 3.
Yeah.
Just outside 10.5 to go here in the 4th quarter.
Highlands won't run a play until about 10 seconds to go on the play clock. There's no play clocks here, so you have to watch the backside judge here. He puts his hand up with 5 seconds to go.
Timmons calling signals in the shotgun. He's got split backs right in front of him, and Jackson joining him as a protector. It's Jackson getting the handoff, goes far side, gets the first down to the 45 and the 40, and he's brought down from behind on a nice tackle there by Kittanning's Marco Duncan. But a great run from Jackson as he tried left side off tackle.
21 carries for 141 yards for Jackson at this point in the game. He's just eating up yardage like no other.
10 minutes to go and a fresh set of downs for Highlands. They lead 17-14. They are into Kittanning territory, 39-yard line. Timmons into the shotgun, hands off to Jackson, who's going to go left side once again, gets through the line of scrimmage to the 35 and the 30, and he's pushed out of bounds. Pushed out of bounds at the 30. Maybe Highlands wants a late flag here. I don't know if they're going to get it. Does not look like it. But Jackson, either way, another impressive run for a first down.
Highlands did want a late flag there for unnecessary roughness.
And Jackson broke the fence in front of the Highlands cheering section there. Jackson rammed into the fence there, to use your verb. And totally just took the thing off. So
I didn't catch it, but I trust your.
Elijah Jackson's leaving his mark here at this Kittanning field. 9:50 to go.
4-back set again.
Another 1st and 10. Jackson's going to go right up the middle this time. Hard to bring down, and he turns to the 25, maybe the 20. Jackson is picking up runs in bunches here. Back-to-back first down, and now a good run on that first to bring up 2nd and short, make it 2nd and 3 on a gain of 7.
160 yards on 23 carries for Elijah Jackson.
Yep, and some more interesting formations we've seen from Highlands. We see those split fullbacks in front of the shotgun formation, which involves Timmons and Jackson usually.
Instead of Martinka and Jackson earlier in the game.
Yep, Bernath as well as Gillette are the fullbacks. Here's another shotgun and another handoff to Jackson, who goes straight up the middle. Turns off a block and falls forward. He is right on the doorstep here inside the 10.
Going to throw about the 8.
Give him the 8. Elijah Jackson. Feed him the ball right now. Another first down.
If it's not, he actually gave him a 7 there. If it's not broken, don't fix it. And that's exactly what Sam Albert's idea is on coaching, is if I can keep giving the ball to my workhorse and let him just ram it in, and pick up yardage, I will do that all day long.
Coming up after the game, it's the WPIAL Football Scoreboard Show. It's on Rebel and a cast of thousands from the MSA Sports Control Center with all the scores from Week 4 of the 2014 WPIAL football season, plus Greg Warnock and Mike Azadian joined Don on the round table. Don't miss the WPIAL Football Scoreboard Show after the game, only here on the MSA Sports Network.
We here at MSA Sports, we're proud to be working with Project Irreplaceable. Project Irreplaceable is a community service initiative to raise awareness of the value of early detection of breast cancer. The campaign asks students to let the important women in their lives know how irreplaceable they are, reminding their moms, grandmas, friends, and other females in their lives that they should take a few minutes to do a self-exam. To learn more about this important life-changing initiative, click the Project Irreplaceable graphic on our website or go to www.projectirreplaceable.com for more information. With October right around the corner, which is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, we will do a pink out, I believe, the last week of October as well.
First and goal for Highlands. What a response this would be if they can punch in here. Kittanning just put themselves in prime position to come back, but Highlands, here we go. It's Elijah Jackson taking the handoff from Timmons, working over left side, and he will be brought down.
About the 5, it looks
about
like,
the
on
5,
the far spot.
It's a 17-14 lead for Highlands, but they are right on the doorstep. It is indeed going to be second and, well, second and goal, but at the 5, so 5 yards to go from the end zone here for the Golden Rams. They lead by 3, 8.5 to go here in the fourth quarter. Timmons in the shotgun, joined by Jackson. Split fullbacks in front of them. Jackson's going to get the handoff. He's going to go straight up the middle, and I think he lost the ball. He lost the ball. Jackson doesn't have the ball. What's the call on the field is Kittanning ball.
Oh, my.
They stripped Jackson and recovered. How about that? Jackson's second fumble of the game.
They got
Highlands
right at the line of scrimmage.
In prime scoring position.
Oh, my. The Cardiac Kids strike again, or Cardiac Cats strike again and then come up with a big defensive stand, a big fumble recovery. Oh, my goodness.
8:18 shows on the clock. Jackson fumbled in a very similar situation earlier in this game, and here we are again, but this time they only have a 3-point lead to work with here.
The entire side, the momentum is just completely on the Kittanning side right now after that. Although the Highlands band is in the back of that end zone where Toy lines up for his snap.
Kittanning's going to start this from their own 5. 8:18 on the clock. First and 10. Toy standing in his own end zone. Hands off to Dudek, who shuffles through the line up the middle and is tackled after a gain of about 5 on first down.
Good solid run on first down there. Looks like they're actually going to give him an extra yard on the 6 there. 158 yards rushing on 13 carries for Dudek.
Highlands, as they started that last drive from their 37, it was a 6-play drive that resulted in the fumble. Bunch formation to the right as Toy stands in the shotgun. Dudek joins him to his left as well. Dudek takes the handoff, spins through, and is brought down. I think he's got the first down. Brought down at about the 16-yard line. Indeed, it's good enough for the first.
They do give him 7 on that carry?
I believe they did, yep. Yep, mark it at the 16. Toy's going to stay in shotgun. Dudek standing to his left. Bunches again to the left as well for those Kittanning receivers. They're going to fake it to Dudek. Toy's going to try to keep it, looking for running room, and he's brought down. He tried to find the edge, instead had to cut back towards the middle, and was brought down on the tackle by the Golden Rams as Nathan McKinney, the senior linebacker.
Toy almost broke that open, actually got bottled up twice over. The second time was just too much. And looking on the field, I do not see Nick Bowers lined up at all for the Kittanning Wildcats.
I don't either. He was tackled awkwardly in the third quarter. Haven't seen much of him since. Here comes Dudek, and he breaks a tackle and breaks free down the field to the 40, to the 50. Jeremy Jackson in pursuit, and he's going to be pulled out of bounds. Is Dudek at the 30-yard line? My goodness, another huge run from Zane Dudek. A humongous gain. That's been his third. 2 touchdowns for Dudek. Another tremendous gain down the field.
221 yards on 15 carries.
All the way to the 30 of Highlands territories. How about that? The score is 17-6. Highlands is in front with 6:47 to go. Here's a first and 10, though, for Kittanning in prime position.
I don't
give him the 28-yard line.
There he is. Okay, I didn't see Nick Bowers for a long time there on the sideline. He is still on the sideline.
And now we have a stoppage. I believe there's an injured player for Highlands.
Highlands is down right around the 48-yard line or so.
He made his way to the sideline, though, and he's getting stretched out on the bench. 6:47, ball's on the 28-yard line, 1st and 10 Wildcats. Toy in the shotgun, 3 receivers left, 1 right. But the handoff goes to Dudek, who ranges over towards his left.
And again,
up the middle and is brought down.
He's balled up in the backfield, still manages to pick up a 3-yard gain.
Yep, got to about the 25. So Kittanning trailing by 3. How about this? From their own 5-yard line. That's where this drive started. Zane Dudek driving him down the field almost single-handedly. He'll take this handoff. Ball's right, ball's loose. Dudek dropped the ball. Looks like he fell right on top of it.
That's what the officials are saying. They're signaling 3rd down already. So they're going to give
holy
him 1
cow.
yard.
There's Crisco on the ball or something. A number of fumbles we've seen here tonight. Bowers has 1. Dudek's got 1. Jackson's got 2. But it's going to be 3rd and 5. Inside, 6 minutes to play here, 4th quarter. Toy in the shotgun, 2 receivers each side. Schlegel and Chrisman to his left, as well as Croyle and Dockham to his right. Also, Dudek joins him to his right in the backfield. Toy takes the snap, little option. Pitch goes to the right to Dudek. Dudek tries a stiff arm, but he's brought down for the loss. Flag comes in, and it looks like it's going to be a hold against Kittanning, but I'd assume you take the play.
It can be a hold. It can be an illegal block in the back. It can be a hold. But yeah, that's what Sam Albert's over there just signaling. Just decline.
Take the play.
Take the play.
Great job there.
2-yard loss.
Bottling up Dudek. They read the option extremely well. As Toy tried to set it up, ranging over to his right. Referees conferencing, trying to get this call right. As we are into the final stages of this game, 5:41 shows on the clock. And it is indeed holding against Kittanning. Penalty will be declined. It's going to be 4th and 5. But offense remaining on the field for the time being.
4th and 9 after that.
Oh, of course, 4th and 10. You're right. Good call. 4th and 10. And there goes the clock. Brandon Toy is going to be back into the shotgun. They're going to tighten up this formation. It almost looks like a kind of a pooch punt formation, if you will. Just try to pin back Highlands deep. Maybe into their own territory, but first, we're going to get a stoppage.
Ball wasn't inside the hash marks.
Okay.
That's exactly what it was. And Dudek was just pointing to the ball, and the referee saying, well, we can't snap it yet. It's still outside.
Toy on the 4th and 10. Clock rolls inside 5.5. Shotgun formation. Bunches on either side of the line. The pass is batted down. That was Highlands' Emilio Seymour batting the pass down. It's another turnover on downs for Kittanning.
I'm sure it's not Richard Seymour in a Highlands uniform, because
that was his go-to.
He got up big, and that was Seymour's big play, was the deflected pass, getting up big, and that's exactly what Seymour did for Highlands there to bat that down. Amazing defensive stand there for Highlands.
Emilio Seymour, a junior linebacker, coming up big when his team needed him the most. Batted down the pass, which was right over the middle. And it's another turnover on downs for Kittanning. They had the ball on the 29, elected to go for it on 4th and 10. But turned it over to Highlands. Now, here we go. Braden Timmons, the shotgun snap, fakes it to Jackson. He's going to keep it. Bowls his way forward, maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage. But again, it's just going to be clock burn mode for the Golden Rams as they try to preserve a 3-point lead at 17-14. 5 minutes to go in the 4th. What a game it's been, though, Brandon. All kinds of crazy stuff.
Nothing but ripping is going to happen on this ball right now. If you're Kittanning, you're trying to get a hand in on the inside part of the ball, rip it loose just like they did down here at the 5 to Elijah Jackson. Highlands got to keep 17,000 points of contact on the football right now.
Timmons in the shotgun, joined by Jackson, and the handoff will go to Jackson. No, it won't. Timmons is going to keep it. Gets tripped up over the middle on the play by Colton Chrisman. Gain of a couple, but it's going to bring up a 3rd and long. 3rd and 7, call it.
And I'm shocked not to see Kittanning use one timeout here. They're going to have to use it after 3rd down. Otherwise, they're going to get the ball. Well, they're already going to get the ball inside of 4 minutes. They're going to have to use it after this 3rd down play if they can stop them here and save one for possession.
2 QB keepers on the option play. Braden Timmons has kept it twice. He's only been able to pick up 3 yards. Now it's a 3rd and 7. Ball is on the Golden Rams' own 32-yard line. Ball spotted in the middle. I formation, 2 receivers to the right. Jackson is the deep setback. They're going to fake him the handoff. Timmons is going to roll right, throws one up, caught by Jackson at the 40, makes a man miss, gets to the 45, still on his feet, and he's pushed out of bounds. First down, Highlands at the 45 on the reception to Jeremy Jackson. We've seen that play before, we've seen it work before, and there it is again.
What they give Jackson on that reception?
Gave him the 46 from what would have been the 32.
So
give him 14, yeah. Heck of a play there on the bootleg to find Jackson streaking towards the near sideline. And it was not the best thrown ball we've seen all night, but job well done there by Timmons to connect with his receiver, Jackson. Inside 4 minutes to play. New set of downs. Balls at their own 46 are the Golden Rams. Handoff goes to Jackson. Finds a seam over on the right tackle. He's to the 40 and into the 35 of Kittanning territory. Finally brought down on the play there by Kirkwood. But a heck of a run from Jackson into Wildcat territory. How quickly things have changed for Highlands here on this drive.
193 yards for Jackson on the game, and that was a huge gaping hole. You could have fit about 3 Elijah Jacksons through that hole width-wise before even making contact with a player. And Jackson, I could only imagine how wide his eyes were on that run.
3:30 and counting. Highlands doing exactly what they had to keep this drive alive. Jeremy Jackson with the reception for the big first. Elijah Jackson with the rush. Here goes Timmons on the QB keeper straight up the middle. Bowls his way to the 30-yard line. That's going to bring up 2nd and short. We saw Timmons keep it twice early in this drive. That was the 5th play of the drive, and clock continues to roll. We're approaching 3 minutes to play here in this game. Highlands holding on to a 3-point lead, 17-14. But just holding on to this ball really is, I think, priority number 1. Last time Highlands had the ball, it was a Jackson fumble on the 5-yard line.
You're taught in junior high and midget football 5 points of contact on the football. That's where the 17,000 points of contact came from, because there's about every inch of every player's body is going to be on top of this football as they carry it.
I formation, Gillette's the fullback. Jackson is the setback, and he got crunched as he hit the 30-yard line. Jackson held on to the ball, though, and got maybe a yard there.
He was met handily. And it looked like on the tackle there, and correct me if I'm wrong here, Pete, was Kyle Bowser on the far, no, sorry. No, it was 64, not 65, Jacob Robb.
Yep, Jacob Robb plays that defensive end spot and met Jackson right at the line. Make it 3rd and 4, 30-yard line. Golden Rams trying to keep the drive alive. 2 minutes to play. Golden Rams lead by 3. They're in Kittanning territory, and they've got I formation here for this 3rd down. 2 receivers to the right, tight end to the left. Jackson's the setback, takes the handoff up the middle, spins away, jukes at the 20, to the 15, to the almost 10. He's brought down from behind on the near side on a tackle there. Who but Jacob Robb? But a first down run from Elijah Jackson. Highlands trying to seal the deal here.
That's going to be it right there. That's a big first down.
That's as big as they get.
212 yards rushing on the game for Jackson unofficially.
What a run there.
29 carries. We're going to have a timeout from Kittanning. We'll take that chance to take one as well.
We will indeed. 1:45 to go here in the 4th quarter. Highlands has a 17-14 lead over Kittanning, and they're driving. Conclusion when we come back. It's the Monticello's Restaurant Game of the Week here on the MSA Sports Network.
Monticello's Italian Restaurant has been serving the Pittsburgh community for over 34 years. With over 5 northern locations, there is one near you. Monticello's has been named the best pizza, best hoagies, and best Italian restaurant by the Tribune Review for 3 years in a row. Stop in at any Monticello's restaurant before or after your high school football game and mention that you heard us right here on the MSA Sports Network to receive a large traditional cheese pizza and 4 soft drinks for $12.99. For the complete menu and additional information, go to www.monticellos.com. Monticello's a Pittsburgh favorite.
Back here at Kittanning, final stages. There is 1:45 left to go in this contest. And the Highlands Golden Rams have a 17-14 lead over Kittanning. The Rams are trying to stay undefeated here on the season, and they are in prime position to do so. They have a 1st and 10 from the Kittanning 11-yard line. They are in the midst of a 9-play, let's see, I guess it would be about a 60-yard drive or so, highlighted by a couple of Elijah Jackson runs, trying to seal the deal on this one. 1st and 10, I formation. Gillette the fullback, Jackson the setback, 2 receivers right. That would be Jeremy Jackson as well as Jordan Lineberg. Timmons under center. Takes the snap. QB sneak right up the middle over the right guard and the right tackle. And he's got a very close run to the first down marker almost. He took that for a bunch of yards there.
What do you do, get 8?
Let's see what they give him.
43 yards.
Yeah, well, they'll give him 7 for a 2nd and 3. And another timeout will be taken by Kittanning to freeze the clock at 1:38. We'll keep it here. 1:38 to go. But Highlands right now in prime position to finish this game with the W. Some of the top athletes in the WPIAL are featured each week on the MSA Sports Center stage, which you can view on our YouTube page. Log on to the website this fall at www.msasports.net and check out which athletes we're talking about. Plus, our weekly game lights are now featured here on the MSA Sports Network.
Score in from Freeport. They're up 28-20 with 2:39 to go. I'm getting a message right now on it, so as I read that, that's subject to change.
Shady Side and Apollo Ridge also in a contest. Last we heard, it was Shady Side.
No, it was Apollo,
Apollo Ridge, excuse me, up big. So
28-26 now on that Freeport score with about a minute to go.
Well, here come the Golden Rams, 1:38. They have a 2nd and goal from the 3-yard line. I formation, Gillette's the fullback, Jackson is the tailback. And here we go, Timmons is going to try right up the middle again on the QB sneak, and he's in! Touchdown, Highlands! Timmons bowled his way forward on the QB sneak all the way into the end zone.
That's going to be
right off center.
That's going to be all she wrote. That's going to be all she wrote, I would say.
From 3 yards away, Timmons pushes it in. 23 shows on the board for Highlands. We're awaiting the point after from Sam Elliott. Anthony Pacey on the hold. So far today, Elliott is a perfect 2 for 2. He's got a field goal as well. This point after is up, and it's good. Make it a 10-point lead for the Golden Rams, 24-14, with 1:34 showing on the clock.
You got to wonder, this Kittanning team has the talent. You got to wonder what happened to them the past 2 weeks, if you will. The past 2 weeks have really kind of struggled, kind of given up games early, and then had to struggle to get back into it. This game just weren't able to mount enough of a comeback, it looks like. Down 10 points with a minute and a half to go.
Awaiting the kickoff. Kittanning Wildcats playing at home here tonight. They will be at home next week as well against Freeport. And then they'll travel to Burrell. But that game next week still, even if you are Kittanning, you got to turn the page quick.
Well, that's a win.
All right, well,
that's as close to a win as possible at this point.
I don't think that'll be the same message from coaching staff.
No. It's not going to be anything near the same message, but Freeport's struggling with Wes Shamokin, who earlier in the season, if I remember correctly from my sheet, Kittanning kind of beat up on early in the season. That was our first week of the season. Yeah, it was 54-14 in week 2 for Kittanning. Different beast next week. The next 2, actually, which is very odd, because Freeport and Burrell are usually 2 teams in this conference that will make some noise.
Low line drive, kick by Sam Elliott, gets past the touch of Brady Chrisman and rolls all the way towards the goal line. It's finally scooped up by, I believe, Zane Dudek, but he's going to be bottled up in a pile inside the 10-yard line at about the 5. Oh, what a disastrous play there on the return from Kittanning. Brady Chrisman, it looked like wanted to field it, but then thought the better of it the last minute, but still it nicked his hand on the way by, so then Kittanning had to recover and try to make something out of it. But it was Dudek only able to get to about the 5-yard line, so with 1:26 remaining, Kittanning's going to have to start this drive again at their own 5. exactly where they started the last drive. That resulted in a turnover on downs.
The Cardiac Cats, I think, have dug too much of a hole and run out of lives so far in this game.
Toy in the shotgun, 2 receivers each side. Dudek stands to his left, and they're going to do a quick pass to Logan Slagle, who makes the catch, tries to work his way back to the near side, and is tackled just short of the 10-yard line. Clock rolling, 1:15 and counting.
So let's take a look here if everything holds suit, and we'll check on that Shady Side score if we can as well.
They're trying to keep it going. Here is Kittanning with a minute to go. Braden Toy will stay in this shotgun. Almost, it is shotgun. Pistol, I guess, if you want to call it. Dudek standing almost behind him now. Joins him as a sidecar. They're going to fake the handoff to Dudek, and now Toy's going to keep it and gets crushed as he makes his way over to the near side numbers.
Toy was hurt last week in a similar scenario. This is a final score in from Apollo Ridge and Shady Side. Apollo Ridge wins 46-20 at Shady Side. Goes in with the upset.
Apollo Ridge will be facing this very Highlands team next week at Highlands.
One of us will be there.
Most likely. 25 seconds and counting as this one is winding down. Braden Toy in the shotgun. Fakes the handoff to Dudek, and they're going to go deep down the sideline. He's looking for Chrisman. It's going to be picked off by Jeremy Jackson at the 40. Jackson towards the middle of the field, cutting away, spinning, and falling down, tackled by Dockham. That'll seal the deal. Jeremy Jackson with the interception has solidified this Golden Rams win.
So, Valley goes to 2-2 last I saw. Ford City goes to 1-3. All right, so here's how it's going to shape up going into next week if all holds as we last knew. Apollo Ridge 4-0, Highlands 4-0, Shady Side 3-1, Freeport 3-1, Kittanning 2-2, Ford City 1-3, Valley 2-2. I don't have the Burrell Deer Lakes score, and West Shamokin 0-4. In progress, 28-20 in favor of the Lancers in that Deer Lakes Burrell game.
24-14 is the score in this one. Highlands just picked off Braden Toy for the second time today. A pick from Elijah Jackson earlier. This one from Jeremy Jackson. After a penalty against Highlands, they're going to push it back to the 50-yard line. But either way, 9 seconds on the clock, and the Golden Rams are going to take a knee, and they're going to win this game by 10 points. Kittanning with a valiant comeback in that fourth quarter, but too little, too late. And it's the turnovers that plagued them as well throughout the course of this one. The Golden Rams take advantage. Elijah Jackson, Braden Timmons and company runs this Golden Rams team to victory. And they're going to finish with a 24-14 score here in Kittanning over the Wildcats. Golden Rams stay undefeated. They move to 4-0 on the season, Kittanning to 2-2. We're going to step aside for a quick timeout. We'll be right back to break it all down for you, but the Highlands Golden Rams are victorious here on the road, 24-14 over Kittanning. It's the Monticello's Game of the Week here on the MSA Sports Network.
The gas delivery system is extremely safe. Leaks do occur on occasion. People's Natural Gas would like to remind you to use your senses, smell, sight, and sound to detect the warning signs of a natural gas leak. If you believe there is a natural gas leak, leave the area immediately and then call your natural gas company's emergency service line or dial 911. These lines are available for natural gas emergencies 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Visit peoples-gas.com to learn more. This message is brought to you as a public service from Peoples, your hometown natural gas company.
For the most complete recap of Friday night's WPIAL football action, tune in on your way home from the game to the MSA Sports Scoreboard Show here on the MSA Sports Network. Hi, I'm Don Rebel. Join me in the MSA Sports Gang for all the scores and recaps from the top games, plus the MSA Sports Roundtable. That's the MSA Sports Scoreboard Show after the game on Friday nights on the MSA Sports Network and at msasports.net.
Back here at Kittanning, we have a final. The Highlands Golden Rams come in here to Kittanning and win 24-14. They remain undefeated at 4-0. Kittanning moves to 2-2 after the loss here tonight. 24-14 is your final. It was very close, though, at a couple of different points. Quick scoring summary here for Kittanning. They elected to receive the opening kickoff, and on the first play from scrimmage, it was Zane Dudek, a 73-yard touchdown run to put Kittanning in front 6-0. They missed the point after, so it would remain 6-0 until Highlands in the first quarter had a touchdown score from Elijah Jackson from 23 yards away. Point after was good, and Highlands took the lead 7-6. And let's see what else we have here. And also, moving to quarter number 2, Elijah Jackson with a second touchdown run, this time from 30 yards away. Another good point attempt after the touchdown would put Highlands in front 14-6. That was your score at halftime. Moving to quarter number 3, there was just one field goal. Sam Elliott for Highlands kicked a 27-yard field goal for the Golden Rams, and that put them in front by, now I guess it would have been 11 points. 17-6 was the total at that point. But moving to the fourth quarter, it was Kittanning who took a punt from Highlands, and then Zane Dudek took a 49-yard run all the way to the house. That was the second long Dudek touchdown we saw. 49 yards. It took just 2 plays, or the second play, I guess, on that drive for Kittanning resulted in the touchdown. Kittanning then went for 2, and it was good. It went to Brady Chrisman in the end zone for that 2-point conversion. That made it 17-14. So Kittanning right back into it, just trailing by 3. But ensuing possession, it was the Golden Rams, and Elijah Jackson on the ensuing possession fumbled at the Highlands, or the Kittanning 5-yard line, right on the doorstep. Highlands getting ready to punch in, maybe seal the deal early. Instead, Jackson fumbled at the 5, and Kittanning took over. They would turn it over on downs, and then Highlands would take it over, and it was Braden Timmons leading his team down the field on the drive. He eventually punched in from 3 yards away on a quarterback sneak that put Highlands in front 24-14, and that was all she wrote.
Quick final stats here real quick. Braden Toy finishes 9 for 18, 126 yards passing, 11 rushes for 21 yards. Zane Dudek has 18 carries for 221 yards unofficially at 1 fumble. Nick Bowers, 5 receptions, 114 yards, not heard from really in the second half. 4 rushes for 14 yards and a fumble.
Right, just a quick note about that. Bowers was tackled awkwardly after making a reception in the third quarter. Kind of fell on his leg, it looked like, a little bit. He made his way to the sideline, kind of limped over, but after that, we didn't really see much of him at all. So we hope the best for him, really, as Kittanning's season must continue. Obviously with or without him, but we hope he's okay.
Colton Chrisman 2 catches for 4 yards. Slagle 2 catches for 8 yards. Dudek and Bowers both with a fumble. 2 interceptions for Toy. 10 penalties for 75 yards for the Kittanning Wildcats. Braden Timmons is 5 for 5, 96 yards passing on the game. Elijah Jackson has 29 carries, 212 yards. Martinka had 4 carries for 50 yards. Braden Timmons had 46 yards on 10 carries. I keep forgetting the other Jacksons first.
Jeremy
Jackson.
Yeah, he had a
1 carry,
subtly very important game.
Gillette 1 carry, 5 yards. Jeremy Jackson, 3 catches, 61 yards. Lineberg had 2 catches for 35, and Elijah Jackson had 1 catch for 1 yard. 2 fumbles for Elijah Jackson. 5 penalties for 60 yards on the Highlands Rams. That's one thing they'll want to clean up going into next week against the undefeated Apollo Ridge Vikings.
So there you have it. Final once again is Highlands 24, Kittanning 14. That's going to just about do it for us. For my broadcast partner, Brandon Showers, I'm Pete Blais. So glad you joined us here tonight from Kittanning. It was a thriller. Highlands, that remains undefeated after the 24-14 win over Kittanning. Have a great night, everyone, and we hope you join us again here on the MSA Sports Network. You've been listening to the Monticello's Game of the Week here on the MSA Sports Network.